Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's What the Bug. Alright, so, yeah, figured some stuff out. Alright, so, what I'm gonna do is play my stupid intro song while I'm waiting for you guys to come on here. Everybody, it is What the Bug live. Yeah. What's going on, Jeff? Yo, what is going on, Chrissy? Thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm definitely looking to add some people as mods for sure, as we are going to definitely be growing this channel and the live streams. We want them to be cool. We want them to be lit, and we also want them to have standards to an extent. Alright, so what we are doing in a little bit here is we're going to be going over the Dee Dee Blanchard case. Yeah, so that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna start that. Hey, what's going on? So if you guys are interested in being mods, just let me know. I already know. I obviously see and have seen names that are trusted. Obviously, any Sir Morbid mods I'm willing to take on. I hope you guys are doing okay today. I don't know why it's showing me this like that, but I don't care. I'm about to start going over this. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so literally, I'm just picking up where I left off, so uh, I'm just gonna continue to do that until we get to the end of all of this. It's just a playlist that I found for Law and Crime Network. Um, it's long, so this is gonna be what we're gonna be going over every time I go live for a little while. So I think y'all are okay with that, though. You want me to do Gypsy's testimony? Alright. I don't mind doing that. We can always jump around because I'll mark the ones that they're already marked. We could do that. The one that I was gonna be going over was gonna be the prosecution's opening statement, but I mean, I was just gonna do the whole thing. But if you guys want to do that, uh, we could do that. So, Gypsy's testimony is day 3, and her testimony is split into 2 parts. Before Gypsy goes and does her shit, they actually read all the text messages. That's a... Alright, I'm down to do that. You guys are asking for it. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Okay. I'll do that because I told you guys I would do that. And since you guys are here, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. Alright, so per request, we will go over stupid Gypsy and her lies. But I don't really want to hear her voice. I don't. I really don't. You guys are lucky I like you. Because I hate her voice. Alright. I'll do it. I'm doing it. And yeah. Cool. Let me get that over here so that I can watch you guys. Watch me. Or watch this. Hold on. Let me just adjust a couple things and I'll start playing it. I just don't want to miss something while I'm making adjustments. And you can stay there. And also you can stay there. Alright. Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. I'm just making an adjustment to the screen. Because though I have my laptop sitting right here, I don't feel like hooking it up. So I could have hooked the other laptop up. And here we go. Talking to myself with people listening. That's always fun. You know, I do that. Sometimes what I'll do, and I'm not joking about this, I'll literally, not that you can really see it because the way my hair is, but actually, fuck it. Sometimes I don't even have the earbud in. I'll just be talking. I'll pretend like I'm talking to somebody else. I ain't. I'm talking to myself. Okay, since I outed myself for being a weirdo.
All rise. Please be seated. All right, are we ready for your witnesses?
Yes, and their client.
All right, let's get Mr. Footage on. Let's go over. They call in the state versus Goodman on the matter. Parties are all present. Jury is not present. Do I understand that you wish to call Ms. Blanchard as your first witness?
Yes, Judge, we would call Gypsy Blanchard to witness stand.
All right, and as agreed, we're going to have her seated.
Yes, before the jury.
Right, with the jury. And we'll go through, hopefully we'll be able to do it without a recess, but if not, we'll take a recess, but they won't see her walking because she's in restraints.
Okay.
So we'll give Ms. Blanchard in. And her attorney is here. I note that. Yeah, Ms. Blanchard, if you just have her come out here. Thank you. Ms. Blanchard, just want to see over here. Yeah, be careful on that step. And have a seat. There's water there for you. Okay, isn't there? There's a fresh bottle of water for you if you need it. Okay? All right. Get settled in. Are we ready for the jury?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Okay, bring the jury in. You can stand when the jury comes.
All rise.
Jeez, it's so, yes, she is, dude. This hasn't even started. Nobody's even started talking yet, and it's just like, um, Yeah, hi. What's going on, Miriam? I'm glad you were watching that. I don't know what kind of ASMR video you were watching, but you know that lady that like whispers and like rubs things against her mic? So fucking weird. Oh, Chrissy, so you guys, I have yet to I have yet to put my links and shit all in there. I'm still learning and I haven't actually gotten like subscribed to StreamYard yet. So if if shit doesn't work, I'm so sorry. All right, let's continue to go, guys.
Please be seated. Mr. Perry, do you have a witness you wish to call?
Gypsy Blanchard, Judge.
Miss Blanchard, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you are about to give in the cause now pending before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Sir?
Please tell us your name.
Gypsy Blanchard.
What do you go by?
Gypsy.
Okay. Gypsy, could you speak up just a bit? I'm having a little trouble hearing you.
Much better?
That chair won't move. If you can hold the microphone if you want to take it out. Just lift it lifts straight out. There you go.
Is that better?
That's much better. How old are you?
27.
Where were you born?
Graceland, Louisiana.
Where were you living in the summer of 2015, in June of 2015?
Springfield, Missouri.
Do you remember the address?
I don't remember now. I'm sorry.
How long had you lived at that address?
Fucking lie, bitch. You know you're thinking about that shit non-stop. You know. Yeah. Hey, so I'm learning everything. Can y'all tell me? No, it's not gonna work. All right, listen. I'm learning. So, like literally, this is what day. This is day 2. Maybe this is my 3rd time going on here, and the first time was just a test. So I need to learn how to make you guys mods. I'm ready to do that. Just freaking tell me how to do it, and I'll fucking do it. All right, let's
Address in Springfield.
About 7 years.
And prior to that, where did you live?
Slidell, Louisiana.
And when did you move to Missouri?
In 2005.
And who did you move to Missouri with?
My mother,
And what was her name?
Claudina Blanchard.
Did she go by any other names?
Dee Dee.
So if I say Dee Dee, you'll know who I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Do you know a Nicholas Dotyjohn?
Yes, sir.
And when did you meet Nicholas Dotyjohn?
In October of 2012.
How did you meet him?
On an online Christian dating website.
Do you remember the name of that site?
ChristianDatingForFree.com.
How old were you when you met Nick?
About 21.
In June of 2015, what did you consider your relationship to Nick to be? What kind of relationship?
We were boyfriend, girlfriend.
And when did you become boyfriend and girlfriend?
In October of 2012.
When did you first meet Nick in person?
March of 2015.
So between October of 2012 and March of 2015, you hadn't actually met Nick in person?
That is correct.
What type of relationship did you have during that period of time?
Online relationship.
And by online, what do you mean?
Strictly communicating through Facebook.
Any other ways other than Facebook?
Instant text messaging, emails.
All by way of computer and cell phones?
Yes, sir.
Did you send videos to each other?
Yes, sir.
Prior to March of 15, when you indicated you met Mr. Dotyjohn for the first time in person, had your mother met him?
No, sir.
Did she know he existed?
No, sir.
Why is it she didn't know?
Because it was a secret relationship and my mother would never allow me to have a boyfriend.
Why not?
Because she controlled every aspect of my life.
Did you and Nick ever talk about the fact that you were not allowed to date?
Yes,
How many times do you think?
I don't remember.
Did you and your mother ever have any discussions about whether you were ever going to be able to date?
Yes, sir.
Did you and Nick talk?
I gotta intercede there. I'm glad you guys are pointing out the important things here. I feel like Gypsy's like the best looking ever that she's ever gonna look right in this thing, and that's saying a lot. I'm not saying she's good looking. I'm saying for Gypsy.
Talk about that.
We may have.
What did your mother say about your ability to date going forward?
She said that it would never happen, that she would never allow it.
What about marriage? Did you and Nick ever talk about marriage?
Yes,
Did you and your mother ever discuss whether or not you'd be able to get married someday?
yes.
What did she tell you?
She said that she wouldn't allow it.
In June of 2015, were you in a wheelchair?
Yes,
Did Nick know you were in a wheelchair?
yes.
Why were you in a wheelchair in June of 2015?
My mother forced me to be in one.
Do you know why you were forced to be in a wheelchair?
No, sir, she just forced me to be in one.
And how long had you been in a wheelchair as of June of 2015?
Since probably I was about 8 years old.
Was there a time between when you first were put in a wheelchair and June of 2015 that you figured out that you really didn't need to be in a wheelchair?
Yes,
When was that?
I always knew that I didn't need the wheelchair
And how did you know that?
because I could walk.
Did you and your mother obtain any kind of advantage by you being in a wheelchair?
Yes, sir.
What kind of advantage did you obtain?
Financial, attention, charity.
Financially mean money.
Yes, sir.
Did you obtain money as a result of you being in a wheelchair?
Yes, sir.
How did that work out? How did that happen?
Judge, I'm going to object to the relevance of that. There's been no connection that the defendant knew any of this.
Bullshit. That's absolutely important. They're trying to evade the fact. They're just trying to look past the crime, the other crimes that she committed, because they're trying to just work on getting Nick at this point for this crime. And she should be charged for fraud. Her mother can't be fucking charged anymore. She's definitely... She knew. I said this in one of my videos. Any fucking kid knows that they can walk when they can walk. If they're excited as shit, even if they can't remember learning to walk, my niece just started walking. Okay? I know she's hyped up.
Well, I'm assuming, Ms. Perry, you're going to tie this up.
Well, right now. Did you and Nick ever talk about the fact that you didn't need to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Did you ever talk to him about why you were required to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
I'll overrule the objection.
Could you tell the jury why it is that you obtained money as a result of being in a wheelchair?
Because people felt sorry for me.
And they would do what?
And Judge, I'm just going to object to general relevance at this point.
I'll allow it for the time being. You may answer, ma'am.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Asked you why you obtained an advantage for being in a wheelchair. You said people gave you money. And I think my next question was, why did they give you money?
Because they felt sorry for me. They believed the lie. They believed the fraud.
When did you tell Nick about the wheelchair? That you being in a wheelchair?
I think maybe a month or so after we met.
When did you tell Nick that you didn't need to be in a wheelchair?
A year into our relationship.
So if the relationship began in October of 2012, it would have been sometime in 2013 that you first told him that you really didn't need to be in a wheelchair.
That is correct.
Were you ill during this period of time?
No, sir.
Did you ever tell Nick that you were ill or that you had illnesses?
I told him that I had illnesses, yes, sir.
Did you ever tell him that you really weren't ill?
Yes, sir.
When did you tell him you really weren't ill?
The same time that I told him that I didn't need to be in the wheelchair.
What illnesses did you believe you had?
Cancer, muscular dystrophy. I needed glasses. I needed hearing aids. Seizure disorder. And I can't remember what else.
And when did you figure out that you weren't actually sick?
I started to piece things together when I was about 19 years old. Then I didn't understand the full extent of how healthy I was until after I got arrested.
So even at the time, even as of June of 2015, you still believed you had some of the illnesses?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever run away?
Yes, sir.
When did you, and by run away I mean from your mother,
Yes, sir.
when did you run away?
In the spring of 2011.
Did you tell Nick about that?
Yes, sir.
When did you tell Nick about that?
I don't remember the exact time.
Was it before your mother's murder?
Yes.
Did you ever consider running away after that? After you ran away in 2011?
Yes, but I knew that it would end badly.
What happened?
So yeah, you guys have some great input here. Sorry, I'm messing with stuff over on this other side too. I'm still trying to figure out how to make you guys mods. I have about at least 3 or 4 of you guys that are in here right now I want to make mods. If you guys know how to, please tell me so I don't have to go look it up while I'm listening to this, but I'm probably gonna do that.
When you tell us about running away in 2011.
It was in the middle of the night, and I packed a small bag of stuff, and my mother was asleep, so I left the house, and I met up with one of my friends.
And where did you go?
To first at Mercy Hospital in Springfield, and then to his house.
And at some point, did your mom figure out where you were?
Yes, sir.
And when was that?
4 hours later,
What happened when your mother figured out where you were?
she took me back home. She smashed my computer and my cell phone. She chained me to a bed for 2 weeks.
Did you ever tell Nick about all that?
Yes.
That's the only time you ran away?
Yes.
Did you receive any other physical abuse as a result of running away other than what you already told the jury?
Yes.
What other abuse?
Hitting, punching, starvation.
Did you tell Nick everything that had happened between you and your mother during the course of your relationship with him?
Most, but not all.
All the stuff we've talked about is stuff you actually did tell him,
Yes.
and stuff he knew as of June of 2015.
Yes.
And when did you tell him these things? All at once or over a period of time?
Over a period of time.
Beginning at what point in the relationship?
He knew since day one that my mother never allowed me to date. But I don't remember exactly when I told him every single little detail that was going on in my home life.
But you did tell.
Sorry about that, guys. Alright, okay, so I figured it out. Thank you, Jeff. Yes, he is. Alright. Let me know if you guys, want to be mods and you'll be sticking around for lives for What the Bug. Alright, let's do it. Let's go.
Tell him everything you did tell him by the time of June of 2015.
Yes, sir.
I assume since you believed you to be sick, you met regularly with doctors.
Yes, sir.
Did you also meet with social workers? Do you remember that?
No, sir, I don't remember.
Why didn't you tell your doctors that you didn't really think you needed to be in a wheelchair?
Judge, I'll object to the relevance of that. That's outside the scope of the knowledge that the defendant would have.
Mr. Perry?
Judge, I think it is relevant. It goes to, it really goes to why this whole thing happened. The fact that, I'm glad to explain it, but I really don't know we should explain it on the record.
Yeah. Can we go back to the...
I'm going to allow it for the time being. Let's not get too far afield here, but do you need the question repeated, please?
Yes, please.
If you'd repeat it, Mr.
I would be glad to. Why did you not tell doctors that you knew you could walk or you didn't believe yourself to be ill during the time that you were doing this?
I didn't think that anyone would believe me. I thought they would eventually tell my mom, and that would make my home life even worse for me. I feared her more than I feared anyone else.
Where's your father during this time?
Louisiana.
Did you ever talk to your father while you were in Missouri?
It's a complicated answer.
Did you ever speak to him on the phone?
I did, but my mother was always present.
Did you ever tell him what was going on?
No, sir.
Now, earlier you told us you met Nick for the first time in person in March of 2015. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And where did you meet him in person?
A Springfield movie theater.
What movie?
Cinderella.
How is it you were able to meet with Nick in March of 2015?
I paid for his transportation, his lodging to get there.
Why did you pay for it?
I didn't think he'd have enough money.
And you say you met him at the Cinderella movie. And was your mother present?
Yes.
Did you and Nick talk that night?
Yes.
How did that work out?
It didn't go well at all. My mother hated him from the moment they met.
Did you guys watch this movie together?
Yes.
Did your relationship change in any way that day?
Yes.
How?
We got to see each other in person for the first time.
Did it become physical that night?
Yes.
And you know what I mean by physical, don't you?
Yes.
What do I mean?
We had sexual relations
And where?
in the bathroom stall of the men's bathroom.
What was the point of you and Nick meeting up during the Cinderella movie? Were you guys trying to do something?
Yes.
What?
I was trying to introduce him to my mom so my mother would allow me to date.
You said that didn't go well.
No, sir.
Now, where did Nick live?
In Wisconsin with his mother.
Did you and Nick ever talk about any disabilities he may have?
Yes.
What disabilities did you understand him to have?
Asperger's syndrome.
Did you know what that was?
No, sir.
Now, you indicated that you paid for this trip to Missouri by...
Okay, Gypsy was always looking shit up. So there's no way in hell that she was just like, dude, There's no way she was like, oh, let me not look this shit up. Bitch, no, you was doing your research. You were doing your research. Hello to everybody that's just joining us. Cool. From France. Sweet. I'm in the US of fucking A. Shit. Yeah. It's so fake. Alright, let's go.
Nick in 2015. What all did you pay for?
I paid for the Greyhound bus ticket. I paid for the hotel and for eating money.
And how did you pay for this? How did you get the money so that you could knit?
I stole the money from my mother and I sent it to him via the mail.
Gypsy, if you wouldn't mind speaking up just a bit.
Yes,
It's more soft.
Sorry.
I think you said you put it in the mail.
Yes, sir.
In what form was the money?
Cash.
Do you know how much you sent him that time?
I don't know the exact amount. Probably about $800.
And how would you get the money from, how would you steal the money from your mother?
She kept it in a money pouch.
What were your feelings for Nick in the spring of 2015?
I loved him.
Was there a point in this relationship that you considered yourself, that is you and Nick, to be more than just boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yes.
When was that?
We had plans to marry.
Any other plans for your future at that point?
We planned to have kids. Yes.
Did you do anything to prepare for having children with Nick?
Yes.
What did you do?
I stole baby clothes and things for a child.
And how would you steal baby clothes?
I was in the wheelchair, so I would steal them from Walmart.
She fucking loves some Walmart, yo. Like, she loves Walmart. Walmart should fucking ban her. She shouldn't be allowed in fucking Walmarts. And what's the chances I paused it with her licking her fucking lips like that? Yo, what's good, Mama Bear? New York. Without giving myself away, I'm on that coast and I am about, well, depends on who's driving and how they're driving. So it could range anywhere between 5 and 10 hours to get there from where I live. Yeah, definitely, she should be banned from fucking Walmarts. She loves her some fucking Walmart. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to What the Bug.
And where would your mother be when you did this?
She would have been in a different aisle or a different section of the store.
And was she aware of any of this?
No, sir.
At some point, you decided to kill your mother. Is that correct?
Yes.
When was that?
Thoughts of it started a year prior to the murder actually happening.
Whose idea was it to kill your mother?
Mine.
Why did you want to kill your mother?
Because I wanted to be free of her hold on me.
Did you and Nick ever talk about this?
Yes,
Who initially brought up killing your mother?
I did.
Why not just tell someone?
Oh, dude, this is like a slam fucking dunk. Dude, and they're like botching it, dude. This is why she was brought up on the wrong side. This is what we were talking about in Sir Morbid's live, because they didn't want the hostile witness, but they should have done that, and then they could have got her to flip like she always does. Hey Jess, everybody that's coming in, you guys are awesome. This is absolute trash. I'm struggling listening to this bitch, but I'm so glad you guys are all here. I'm still looking for more mods if you guys want to. All right. It's not really a panel this time, Jesse. I'm still kind of I'm still doing the thing, just hosting this right here. But I will have open panels. Maybe I'll let some of you guys jump in a little bit, but we're flying through this, guys. Let's go. Let's go.
Somebody rather than kill your mother. Why was that not an option?
I truly didn't believe that nobody would believe me if I told anyone. My mother had legal documents in place saying that I was incompetent, and I thought that meant that if I went to anyone, the police, or told anyone, she would just have them convinced that I was making everything up.
At some point after you initially considered killing your mother, did you ever change your mind?
Yes.
Do you know when that was?
About 2 weeks before it happened.
Why did you change your mind and decide not to kill her?
I started having doubts, second thoughts.
Did you ever then change your mind back to the initial decision to kill her?
Yes.
Why did you change your mind back to killing her?
My mother and I got into an argument 2 days prior to the murder occurring. And Nick asked me, are we still doing this? Am I still, coming there to do this? Yes or no? And I said yes.
Who talked you into killing your mother?
I did. I talked him into it.
During the time you and Nick were together, did you ever engage in fantasies or role-playing or anything like that?
Yes.
Did you have names?
Yes.
Tell us about the names you like.
Ruby, Candy, Kitty, Bella, Demona.
Why did you have different alter egos?
I made them up because he told me that he had various alter egos. And so I created mine to fit the ones with his.
No, nope, 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 nope. And if they would have done their research, they could have gone back, which I'm sure they did, already figured out that she was into the BDSM prior to meeting Nick. She got Nick into BDSM, even if he liked some hardcore corn prior to that. Dan, there's all the messages and shit from Dan, and she was totally into that, and Dan himself said that she got him into it. This is a dirty hoe.
And who came up with your names?
I did.
And do they each represent a different type of person?
Yes.
Was this real?
It was fantasy.
Who is Demona?
She's a character that I came up with.
And what was the character?
She's half werewolf and half human.
Who is Kitty?
She's like a childlike girl.
Ruby?
She's my evil side.
And what about Candy?
She's more of the slutty side of me.
I loved that. I want her to say that now. That's more of the slutty side of me. Girl, all of you is the slutty side. Bitch, this bitch never went away. All your alter egos, you have no empathy. People are just like, oh yeah, she's a narcissist and she's manipulative, and yeah, she is all of those things. She is also more than just a sociopath. She is a psychopath. Because you gotta have some sort of mind to be able to hear, and it's one thing to walk in and see a dead body or walk up to, but like, I've seen a few dead bodies. I didn't commit the fucking crime, okay? Just like car accidents. And I wasn't the one that hit them. I just witnessed. And it doesn't really freak me out. You know what I mean? I also wanted to be a brain surgeon at one point in time, so that kind of stuff doesn't like really get to me. I also wanted to be a firefighter because I thought it'd be fun to chop off people's legs. No, I'm just kidding. Hmm. What a theory. Anyway, so yeah, this is just yes, exactly, exactly. All right, let's let me shut the fuck.
Did you also have wigs?
Yes,
And why did you have wigs?
to change the different hair colors of the characters, and because I didn't have any hair at the time.
And why did you not have hair?
My mother would shave off my hair and tell people I had cancer.
Was any of this stuff non-consensual on your part? The personalities?
No,
Now you mentioned the idea to kill your mother came out about a year before it happened.
yes, sir.
And what was going on in your home life that made you reach the point where you did that or made that decision?
I was growing increasingly desperate to get out of my home life.
Did you tell Nick that?
Yes,
And what was your mom doing that caused you to be more desperate?
things were getting physically and more physically abusive. The hitting was more. The starving was more.
Not here to body shame, but Gypsy looked very healthy as far as weight is concerned. Especially in 2015, she looked hella healthy. Also, when you're fucking starving, you be smashing food, and she says, "No, I'm good. I don't want food." In the interrogation, but if she had been starving, there's this thing that happens when your body is very like hungry. When you're starving, there's a thing that happens when your body's very thirsty. I'm really big on the Holocaust. Like the World War II is my I don't know how to say, favorite war. I guess my favorite history thing. I've done a lot of research on like starvation and hunger, and also whatever. That doesn't fucking matter, bitch. You were healthy. You look fine. And where's the bruises that you had on your body since you're being beaten so badly? And also, let's not forget that Dee Dee was pretty sick, and I don't know, guys. Even though there's other stuff that happened, I just don't believe that. I don't believe that she was like that. I don't know, dude. Yeah, exactly. She's spoiled little bitch.
Now you mentioned you were in a wheelchair. Were you required to act any certain way when you were in a wheelchair?
Yes, sir.
How was that?
She would have me stay very quiet and pretend like I couldn't walk.
Mr. Perry, can we pause for a second?
Yeah.
Can I sit for a second? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little break. I don't know if you can smell. We just checked.
Yo, that's my favorite part so far. Gypsy, smelling her own shit in the air. All right, let's go.
Out to see what it is. I want to again remind you of what you were told at the first recess of the court. Until you retire to consider your verdict, you must not discuss this case among yourselves or with others, or permit anyone to discuss it in your hearing. You should not form or express any opinion about the case until it is finally given to you to decide. Excuse me. Do not do any research or investigation on your own about any matter regarding this case or anyone involved with the trial. Do not communicate with others about the case by any means. Do not read, view, or listen to any newspaper, radio, electronic communication from the internet, or television report of the trial. So if you all go back to the jury room, please. We'll have this checked out. All right. Just sit there. That's okay. You can sit. It's making my eyes water.
I noticed it 2 or 3 questions.
I started smelling it.
And I came back, it was
Ms.
much
Blanchard,
stronger.
I'm going to have you go with my bailiff over to the other room. Do you wish to speak with your attorney? Ms. Blanchard, do you wish to speak with your attorney? Okay, if you do, let me know. So my bailiff knows. So we take her over to our alternate room. Okay?
Where somebody said something I wanted to put up. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you can commit matricide, why couldn't you commit patricide? For those of you that don't know what matricide is, that's when a child kills their mother, and patricide is when a child kills their father. Yeah. Alright, let's keep going.
And we'll explore. Take about 10 minutes. We'll see what happens. It smells like electric.
Do you have to listen that sound came on?
I heard that sound
Did you hear
twice.
that sound? I did too.
Oh, that's this one. That's a chair. Up and down.
Yeah, they were doing work here. They stopped coming from the TV. It's almost like it's coming through the ventilator system. See if there's something going on with this here. Thank you.
Okay, let me see why this is doing this like this. I'm gonna stop sharing this for a minute, guys. Okay, yeah, so fuck that. I don't know what they're smelling. I'm telling you, I'm telling you that they smell gypsy shit in the air. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. Exactly, Mama Bear, exactly. Alright, so I'm gonna get... I don't know why this is doing this like this. Just give me just a minute. I just want to make sure that this is situated. And it didn't just skip where it wanted to go. Because it pretty much looks like it might have. Oh, no. We're good. Alright. I don't know why there's no sound on here. Is all the sound and everything loud enough for you guys and all that? Still learning over here. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what's going on, bro. They were smelling the shit. Alright. Maybe it's just the court that didn't have the fucking thing on. So let me go back. I know you can hear me. I was asking if you guys if the volume was okay for the video. That's what I'm asking. Okay. No. I don't want to share that. I want to share this. Not that. Just give it a moment.
All right, we get this go to John, or Miss Blanchard, and do Mr. John, and for the line adjourned. Thank you for your patience. I know we have students in the courtroom. I want to remind you, you can't film or also record anything that's going on in the courtroom. Otherwise, we'll have to take your phone. Miss Blanchard, have a seat, please. I think your water's still there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's not a fire, so don't worry. You get it? Don't be scared. It's good.
Oh, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? It's the way she was smiling and then was like, oh shit, I gotta go back into character. Dude.
All rise. Please have a seat. Thank you. Ms. Blanchard, I want to remind you that you're still under oath. Mr. Perry?
Thank you, Judge. Gypsy, how many boyfriends did you have prior to Nick?
None.
Now, I want to start talking about June of 2015. You mentioned that you had decided to kill your mother at some point.
Yes, sir.
Was that the only plan you ever had in terms of how to get out of your situation?
Besides running away, that is the only one.
Did you have other alternative plans other than killing your mother?
Yes.
How many plans altogether did you have?
3.
Okay. Did you have names for those plans?
Wait, I just want to say hi to everybody that's coming in. So this is the second part of her testimony. We already did the first part, but it's okay because you guys can go back and watch it later on. Can't wait to see all the rest of this. I've seen it. It's not like I haven't seen it. That exactly, bro. Yeah. Boom. And they didn't fight anything. They just let her lie, and they didn't get her for anything on the fucking screen. Screen. Oh my god, guys. They didn't get her for anything on the stand. Nothing.
Yes.
What were the names?
Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C.
And could you tell us about the other 2 possibilities other than killing your mother?
Yes. Plan A, we already had tried that, which was to meet up at the movie theater, act like we never met before, and try and start a relationship from there, with my mother's permission.
And what was the other alternative plan?
Another one was for me to get pregnant. I believed that since he would be the father, he would have to be in my life.
Now, Nick came down to Springfield again in June of 2015, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Who paid for that trip?
I did.
Why did you pay for that trip?
Again, I didn't think he had enough money.
And how did you get money to him to come down on that trip?
I stole money from my mother, and I sent it to him via the mail.
Do you have any idea exactly how much money you sent to Nick?
Over $1,000.
And in these 2 trips to Springfield, how much of his own money was used?
I do not know.
Are you aware that he spent any of his money on either of these 2 trips?
No, sir.
Do you know when he arrived on the second trip?
Yes.
And when was that?
I believe it was June 8th of 2015.
And how long did he stay this time?
Only a couple of days.
And was this when your mother was murdered?
Time out. Doesn't his ticket say the 10th?
Yes.
And when was that specifically?
June 10th, 2015.
Do you know about what time she was murdered?
Maybe about 3 a.m. in the morning.
And after her murder, what time did you leave?
Maybe 6 in the morning.
After the murder, where did you go? You and Nick.
We went back to the hotel, the Days Inn Hotel.
Now, while he was on his way down here, did you guys talk?
Yes.
How did you communicate?
Text message, Facebook.
And the state has introduced into evidence a knife, and I believe it was State's Exhibit 145. Did Nick have a knife that was used in the murder?
I supplied the knife.
Where did you get the knife?
I stole it from Walmart
And why did you steal it from Walmart?
because I didn't see a knife that was sufficient enough in our own home.
There was also some gloves that have been introduced into evidence.
Yes.
Where did Nick get the gloves?
I supplied them.
And where did you get the gloves?
They were already in our house.
How did Nick know when to do this crime? Time-wise, that morning.
I told him.
Who planned this murder?
I did.
Did Nick do any of the planning in this murder?
He may have had one or two.
Do you know what plans he provided?
He decided what the weapon would be.
Had you discussed alternative methods of killing your mother?
Yes.
What other alternatives had you considered?
Poison, arson, a gun.
Why did you not consider poison?
It was too hard to find an odorless, tasteless poison.
Why didn't you kill your mother?
I didn't believe I could do it.
Could you explain what you mean by that?
I don't like blood. I don't like the sight of blood. Frankly, I'm too squeamish, so I just honestly didn't believe I could do it on my own.
After the murder, how long did you and Nick remain in Missouri?
Maybe 2 days.
And where were you planning on going?
Back to his mom's house in Wisconsin.
Did you encounter any problems that caused you to be delayed from leaving Springfield?
Yes, sir.
What problems?
His return bus ticket, there was no room for an extra passenger on that bus, so we had to change bus tickets. So that delayed us about a day.
And where did you go that extra day?
We went back to the motel,
What motel?
Days Inn.
And they ate brownies, and then he is gonna eat her. Yeah, you guys, your comments are absolutely phenomenal on this. I am totally agree. Dude, this is there's so much sketchy shit being said. I mean, obviously she's already been offered a situation to situate her situation. But this is just absolutely dirty. This is just dirty. And I can't remember, do we know what Dan's criminal record looks like? There's this 11-year-old girl that was murdered in Texas. Her name was Audrey Cunningham. I actually did my first video on it. I just never posted it, and then I was like, nah. Something happened with Gypsy the next day, and I was like, no, I really do need to get on here and talk about that. But I want to go back and see what his is it just dealing? Is that all it is? I mean, I don't have anything against drug crime, unless it's like a violent drug crime or something like that. Fuck violence altogether.
Why did you go to that motel?
That was the motel that he was staying at.
Who paid for that motel room?
I did.
Who went in to reserve the room?
Nick did.
Why did Nick go in and make the reservation if you were paying for it?
I didn't want to be seen.
Why did you not want to be seen?
I didn't want to be recognized.
Did you go anyplace else other than Days Inn while you remained at Springfield after your mother's death?
Yes.
Where?
The Waffle House right across the street. A post office. Walmart. And of course the Greyhound bus station.
Okay, let's take them one at a time. Why did you go in the Waffle House? That may seem like a silly question. Why did you go in the Waffle House?
Because we were hungry.
Okay, when did you go to the Waffle House?
I think it was the morning of the 12th.
Why did you go to the post office?
To mail the knife back to his mother's house.
And who decided to mail the knife through the mail?
I did.
Why did you decide to mail through the mail?
Because he wanted me to take it in my backpack, and I never had ridden on a bus before, and I didn't think that there were any way that I can get it through without being undetected. So I figured mail it. People mail knives all the time. They buy knives offline. Nobody will know the difference.
The return address on the package, what return address was it?
Mine.
And then it was mailed to his house in Wisconsin?
Yes, sir.
This makes it a federal crime. The murder weapon crossed over state lines. Yeah, she is being as honest as she can about this part, but she's totally admitting, like, yeah, and she put her own address on. Oh, guys, this is bullshit.
Why'd you go to Walmart?
We needed a few extra things.
Did you go in Walmart?
No, sir.
Why not?
I waited outside with the luggage.
Did you go in the post office?
Yes.
Do you know exactly when you arrived in Wisconsin?
I believe it was the night of the 13th.
And did he have family that he lived with?
Yes.
Do you know who the family was?
His mother, his stepfather, and his little brother.
And how long were you at the house until law enforcement came?
2 days.
What were your plans going forward? What did you plan on doing?
Just staying with him and living forever there.
Did you have any thought to possibly the police locating you? Did that ever occur to you?
No, sir.
What did you think would happen to you?
Thought maybe that if people knew that I was gone, they would just think I was missing. And missing people go, unfound all the time. So I just thought I'd remain a missing person.
Now, there was a Facebook post made about this case. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where that Facebook post was made, on whose account?
Yes, sir.
Whose account?
My mother's.
What did the Facebook post say? If you can recall exactly, or close to it.
That bitch is dead.
Was there a comment in the post as well about the daughter?
Yes, sir.
What was that comment?
I don't remember exactly how it was worded. It's something to the effect of, I raped her sweet innocent daughter. Her laugh was so fucking loud.
Who made that post?
I did.
Did you make that post pretending to be somebody else?
Yes.
And who were you pretending to be?
Nick.
And why would you?
Dude, they did this. This is a slam fucking dunk. And I don't know how Stanfield got that plea deal. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm frustrated, and I'm not gonna talk anymore for a few seconds.
You make that post claiming to be Nick?
I wanted her to be found. I wanted the cops to find her body.
Now, when you and Nick left her house, did you take any money with you?
Yes.
How much?
A little over $4,000.
And where did you get that money?
I stole it from my mother's safe.
While you were gone, how much of that money did you spend?
A couple of $100.
Just one moment, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Gypsy, just a couple more questions. Did your mother own a car?
Yes, sir.
What kind of car?
I can't remember what it's called now. It's a little Nissan Cube, I think.
Okay.
Bitch, stop lying. That ugliest fucking car that's ever been built, besides that new Tesla. My mom actually owned one. My mom's got this weird obsession with, like, square-looking cars. I don't think she realizes it's an obsession, but it is. Okay, yeah, Yeah, dude. Yeah, good choice. Good choice. We definitely need to figure out what we're gonna move on to after this one. Well, this one's almost an hour though, so yeah. Any suggestions for what you guys want to go over? If I'm still on here after this, let's go, or at least next time. But let's continue on because this shit is fucking ridiculous.
Why didn't you take the Nissan Cube?
I don't know how to drive.
You have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Did Nick have a driver's license?
Yes, I think so.
That's all the questions I have, Mr. Judge.
Thank you. Does the state have questions?
Yes, may I move the TV? I'm just going to show Ms. Blanchard a few exhibits.
Sure. Make sure you can see it, okay, Ms. Blanchard? Can you all see it?
Ms. Blanchard, you and I have talked before, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
You were asked a little bit about during your relationship with these alter egos that the defendant and you came up with. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
It was the defendant who first introduced you to that idea of alter egos.
Yes, sir.
And he actually first told you about his alter ego, Victor. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And Victor was a vampire that was 500 years old.
Yes, sir.
And you decided to come up with your alter egos just to kind of please him.
Yes, sir.
And also, as part of this fantasy, you also started to kind of consider yourselves as master and slave, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the defendant was the master,
Yes, sir.
and you were the slave.
Yes, sir.
And at one point, he had sent you basically like a...
Okay, pause. I don't know why I keep saying pause. All I gotta do is fucking pause it and then talk, but fuck it. Okay, so everybody right now, I want to actually, this has nothing to do, well, actually it does. Guys, so, you guys know I'm at least at the first step of monetization. So, because there are people that are enjoying the chat and I'm still looking for mods, hold on, Charlie, can you reword that last part? Okay, guys, yes, thank you. Let's grow this fucking channel. Guys, actually what I wanted to say was, I need emoji ideas. So, I went live last night and I was talking about, like, I was making fun of how Gypsy's always talking about how she's never had food. And, so I think a fried shrimp and a steak were up. I'm gonna get a picture of Moose and merch of Moose because y'all like him better than me. I'll try to get myself as one. I'll make some Gypsy stuff. But yeah, let's keep going. But I just wanted some suggestions from you guys. Okay. This is my channel, but this is for you guys, not for me. I hate Gypsy. All right. all right. Let's keep going.
A bill of sale kind of ownership papers. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
And those papers would basically mean that the defendant owned you.
Yes, sir.
And you also were asked a little bit about the videos that you and the defendant sent back and forth. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
And on a lot of those videos that you would send, the defendant would actually send you a script beforehand, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that script would instruct you on what to do in the videos.
Yes, sir.
And they weren't always things you wanted to do, correct?
That is correct.
But you did them anyways,
Yes, sir.
because the defendant told you to.
Yes, sir.
Then at some point also, the defendant at least communicated to you about rape fantasy. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And you weren't crazy about that idea, correct?
No, sir.
But I believe that as you described it before, you kind of just let him talk about it, correct?
Yes, sir.
To indulge him.
Yes, sir.
The defendant had told you that he had Asperger's, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the only real symptom or maybe personality trait that you noticed that you thought was a result of that was that he insisted that you always capitalize his name.
Yes, sir.
And he would get mad at you if you would talk to him and not capitalize his name, correct?
That is correct.
Prior to you and the defendant first discussed the killing of your mom, I believe you said about a year prior, correct?
Yes, sir.
And prior to that, you had thought about it before, correct? Like just as a thought.
Yes, sir.
But it was once you were with the defendant that it really became a constant thought, correct?
That is correct.
And that was because the defendant had introduced you to some dark fantasies, correct?
That is correct.
And you felt by being with the defendant and these dark fantasies, that kind of helped bring that out of you.
Yes, sir.
And actually, at one point, the defendant told you he was an assassin in another life.
Yes, sir.
And that as an assassin, he could protect you or take care of you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you had come up with the alternatives. I believe it was 3 plans, right? Plan A, B, and C, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the decision to murder your mom was always the last resort, correct?
Yes, sir.
But the murder was referred to as Plan B, right?
Yes, sir.
So A, B, and C kind of are a little out of order. Is that there?
That is correct.
Okay, so A is try to get mom to like defendant, correct?
That is correct.
And then C would be try to get you pregnant.
Yes, sir.
And you discussed those alternative plans with the defendant, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you discussed the fact that murdering your mom would be a last resort. You discussed that fact with the defendant.
Yes, sir.
Because you both knew that was a serious thing.
Yes, sir.
And the defendant knew that as well.
Yes.
At least he communicated that to you.
Yes.
Oh, Moose just came in the room. He might need to go potty, but you guys are gonna keep listening, okay? Okay.
And when it came to the movie theater, I think we heard that didn't go very well, right?
That is correct.
And basically, your mom thought a 26-year-old guy at a Disney movie by himself maybe a little creepy.
Yes.
Okay. So that plan didn't go well. And then when it came to the pregnancy, which I guess would be Plan C, at some point the defendant didn't really want to do that plan anymore, correct?
He wanted to do it, but his mother wouldn't allow it.
So he basically told you, communicated to you, I can't do Plan C.
Correct.
But a couple weeks before the murder, you kind of still were suggesting to him, hey, could we hold off and try getting pregnant? Do you remember that?
Yes.
But the defendant never really gave you an answer on that. Do you recall?
No, he never gave me an answer on it.
He didn't say, sure, let's try that,
No.
so we can keep killing mom as a last resort, nothing like that.
Yes.
All right. Of the plans, you mentioned that how the murder was to take place, that was all up to the defendant, correct?
That is correct.
And it was the defendant that told you he wanted to stab your mom.
Correct.
And it was the defendant that told you he wanted a knife.
Yes.
And he figured it would be easier for you to get a knife because you could steal it because you would be in the wheelchair, correct?
Correct.
And you knew that the defendant had researched knives online.
Correct.
And at first, he actually wanted you to get like a big machete type knife.
Yes.
But you didn't think that that would be a lot harder to probably wheel out of Walmart, is that right?
That is correct.
So, although he wanted the big machete, you basically saw a knife that you thought you could get out of Walmart.
Yes, sir.
And then you took a picture of that knife
Yes, sir.
and you sent that to the defendant
Yes, sir.
to make sure that he approved of that knife.
That is correct.
And he did, ultimately.
Yes.
But in addition to the knife, the defendant, since it was his idea on how to kill your mom, he also wanted tape and a taser, correct?
Yes.
And he wanted you to get those items for him.
Yes.
And
This dog just played me. Yes, dude. Oh my god, I just got played so hardcore. Yeah, agreed. Absolutely. Alright, let's keep going, guys.
at one point, you had communicated to him that you had gotten the tape, right?
Yes.
But you apologized to him that you were not able to get the taser.
Yes, sir.
And for him, the tape was so that he was going to be able to muffle your mom.
That is correct.
And the taser was to basically keep her from fighting back. Is that right?
That is correct.
So before June 10th, in preparation for the murder, fair to say the defendant wanted to take steps to muffle her,
That is correct.
and the defendant wanted to take steps to keep her from fighting back.
That is correct.
And I'll have you look over here. A little bit about your plan afterwards. You wanted to be able to go and live in Wisconsin, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you actually weren't crazy about going to Waukesha County or Big Bend where he lived, correct?
I do not remember.
Do you remember here? I'll show you. So if you see there, you're on both. See it, where it's pink and it says Gypsy?
Yeah.
Looks like you kind of had an idea of wanting to go to Milwaukee. You thought sort of that bigger city might be appealing, correct?
I guess that is correct.
And it was the defendant that actually told you, no, I'd rather that we live here in Waukesha. And as you can see on the left, see on his text how it's blue and it says defendant over it.
Yes, sir.
Then after he shoots down Milwaukee, you basically say, okay, we can start looking for apartments in Waukesha. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then when it came to the money, you can see here in this conversation on May 30th that you text him that with the $5,000 I have, we will be set. And he says, good idea, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, you thought $5,000 would last you guys a long time, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you say that it's $5,000 you have, and he actually responds there on the left, dear, I know, but you mean our $5,000. You see that?
Yes, sir.
He wanted to make sure that you knew that wasn't your money, that was going to be your money together, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then you had some messages as the defendant was taking the cab from the Days Inn to your house, right?
Yes, sir.
And those texts pretty much led right up to him being at the door, correct?
Yes, sir.
And before he got to your house, he wanted to make sure that you were wearing something that he approved of. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
And if you look there to your right, you agree that, and that's a little bit earlier in the evening, so you stated around 2, 3 o'clock is when your mom died, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that'd be the morning of the 10th.
Yes, sir.
So this is a couple hours before, not about 9 o'clock on the 9th, and he says that he expects you to look like his woman should, and he suggests red fingernail polish, correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember you actually told him you didn't have any red fingernail polish?
Yes, sir. I remember.
And so you came up, I think, was it with pink lip gloss?
Pink.
Okay,
Yeah.
pink fingernail polish.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also, as you can see up there on the right, he wanted you to wear red lipstick, and you didn't have any of that.
That is correct.
And that's, I think, where you settled on pink lip gloss.
Yes.
Okay. And then if you look up there to the right, you can see on the right where it's circled by defendant that he says, so will you or how do you wish to present yourself to him? Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
And you don't answer him right away, and he asks you again there on the left to answer the question, right?
Yes, sir.
And then looks like from 9:25 to 10, you still haven't answered him, and he's asking you again, right?
Yes, sir.
But what he's waiting on an answer for is how you're going to be dressed when he gets there to kill your mom.
Yes, sir.
And you eventually answer him there at 10 that you'll be in a nightgown with painted pink nails and lip gloss, right?
Yes, sir.
And then he says to you, okay, but when he gets you from the bathroom, I suggest you are naked when he sees you after the deed. You see that?
Yes, sir.
And while you were in the bathroom, you could hear your mom, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you heard her scream,
Yes, sir.
and she screamed your name.
Yes, sir.
And once you were cleaning up afterwards, he wanted you to help clean up blood, right?
Yes, sir.
And he wanted you to clean naked,
Yes, sir.
because that kind of turned him on.
Yes, sir.
As for I'm jumping back just a second, okay? Going back real quick to your plans for afterwards when you were in Wisconsin, you had a pre-planned story that you were going to say in the event that you were ever caught, right?
Yes, sir.
And he came up with that story.
Yes, sir.
And so, considering the possibility of getting caught after the murder, the defendant told you of a story that you guys could come up with.
Yes, sir.
And actually, before the police arrested you in Wisconsin, you were hiding in the closet of Nick's room together, right?
That is correct.
And he confirmed with you to make sure that you have the story down.
That is correct.
You were asked on direct about the fact that you had provided the gloves, right?
Yes, sir.
And those were gloves that you already had at your house.
Yes, sir.
And if you go ahead and look over to your right, you see here, and this is about 1:30 a.m., you say to him, oh, you may not need to put the gloves on because we will see it, so it's never found. You're talking about the knife, right?
Yes, sir.
And if you look there to the right, it's the defendant that tells you he is still going to put the gloves on, correct?
Yes, sir.
Even though you suggested he may not need it.
Yes, sir.
I'm almost done. When the defendant agreed to kill your mom, at some point he told you that he also wanted to rape her.
Yes, sir.
You did not want the defendant to rape your mom, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, in leaving the decision of how to kill her up to the defendant, you never told him to stab her 17 separate times, right?
No.
And you certainly didn't tell him to cut her neck down to the bone, right?
No.
And when he asked you about raping your mother, you actually talked him out of it, right?
Yes.
And you did so by offering the alternative that he would be able to rape you after the murder, correct?
That's correct.
I don't have any further questions there.
Thank you, Mr. Perry.
Did Nick ever rape you?
Blanchard. Do these more. Perry, let her have a drink first.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I have to catch back up with you guys. I'm not going anywhere. I just went somewhere. Somebody came to the door. I had no clue about. I'm all winded. All right. So this is absolute bullshit. Yeah, I have black eyes like that too. Just demon eyes. All right. So I'm gonna catch my breath, drink some water, and you guys continue. We're gonna continue.
Yes, sir.
Did Nick ever rape you?
No.
And when you guys had sex after your mother's murder, was that consensual?
It started out as consensual, yes.
What do you mean it started out as consensual?
I told him to stop during sex, and he did not.
So you agreed to have sex with him consensual?
Yes.
Now, the prosecutor said that, asked you about this story, that, which was a lie, of course, about what you were going to tell law enforcement when, if you got caught, correct?
That is
And I
correct.
think you testified that Nick came up with that story.
That is correct.
Isn't it true that both of you
I'm going
came
to
up?
object to leading.
Judge, he's impeached the witness.
Are you going to reference something?
Yes.
Would you tell us the page number, please,
I'll have her.
that you're referencing?
And I also may ask clarification on when I impeached the witness. I don't recall that.
Judge, Judge, can I show her the deposition?
To see if it refreshes her recollection. Is that the purpose?
Yes.
Yes. And tell her the page number then, please.
Gypsy, I'm on page 79.
You turn to page 79, please. And I don't want you to read it out loud. If you'd read it to yourself, please.
I'm going to start with line 5.
Okay.
See line 5 on page 79?
Yes, sir.
Now, first of all, let's be clear what we're talking about. We're talking about a deposition that you gave on November 1st, 2018. You recall that, do you not?
Yes, sir.
The question on line 5 is question. Did they just come into the room? You see that question?
Yes, sir.
There's a rather extended answer of your part. Would you go ahead and just read your answer in full?
Yes, sir.
And if you can't read, I apologize. You
I
read.
can read, yes, sir. No, they had armored vehicles outside, there were patrol cars all surrounding the house. They came in with the canine unit downstairs. And I remember that because I thought it was his dog barking. But it was the canine unit. And they kept saying, "Come downstairs, Nick Godejohn, you are under arrest. Come down with your hands above your head." And we both woke up at that point. I looked at him scared, and he said to get in the closet. So we both got into his bedroom closet, where we stayed there for a little while discussing what we were going to tell the cops. And I told him, "Let me go down first. Let me leave the closet." I told the officers I'm coming downstairs. They said, "Walk to my voice," and I walked down the stairs. They grabbed me and put me in handcuffs, and they pulled me out into the yard and started asking me questions like, "Does he have any weapons?" And I said no, and that was it.
And in this question and in your answer, you talk about this closet situation, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And who did you say in that answer had come up with the story?
We did.
And that's the truth, is it not?
Yes.
It's something you both discussed.
Yes.
It wasn't just him.
No, it was the both of us.
Now, the date that that your mother was murdered, was that the original date, or was it moved up?
It was moved up.
Who moved it up?
I did.
I'm going to object at this point, Your Honor. I think these questions are outside of the scope of the cross.
I'm going to
Why did you move it up?
He told me that the money was running out, and he didn't think that he had enough money for another night's stay at the hotel.
Now, you talked a little bit about you had to clean up after your mother's murder. You did that voluntarily, correct?
Yes.
He didn't make you.
No.
What were you doing while your mother was being killed?
I was sitting in the bathroom on the bathroom floor with my hands covering my ears.
And how did you know when it was over?
It was a code that we settled on to use.
Did you settle on this code together?
Yes.
What was the code?
I believe it was 3 knocks and 2 scratches on the door
Why did you need a code?
to let me know when to come out of the bathroom.
Did you have any concerns about what might happen?
Yes.
What concerns did you have?
I was afraid that my mother would end up hurting him.
Now, this knife, why did you buy the knife at Walmart?
I did not buy it. I stole it.
I apologize. Why did you get the knife at Walmart? How about that?
He asked me to.
And what was your understanding was going to happen to that knife, with that knife?
He was going to use it to kill my mother.
And you knew that when you went and stole it, correct?
Yes.
Now, there's been some discussion of some of these fantasies you had. These were all fantasies that the two of you had, correct?
Yes, sir.
Collectively.
Yes, sir.
You guys did this with some regularity, correct?
Yes.
And you willingly agreed to make these videos.
Yes.
And you also yourself wrote some letters, some stories that involve sex, am I correct?
Yes.
Wrote for him.
Yes.
And this reference to this agreement that you're going to be master slave.
Word, I was gonna say that too. It's like, I didn't buy it, bitch. I stole it. Actually, motherfucker. Dude. This is just crazy how she's up on the stand, just pleading the shit out of her guilt, and she got sentenced for 10 years, gets out in 8.5. God. Hostile witness is basically when they put a witness up on the stand, and the thing is, she was put up, basically it was a trick by prosecution. The prosecutor should have put her up, but the defense team put her up. So basically the idea behind that is to make it so that if the witness basically starts flipping on the side that they're actually the witness for, that makes them hostile witnesses and can actually hurt the team that they're up for, which is why a lot of times you won't see defense teams put their own people on the witness stand. But she already has a deal, so it doesn't at this point.
That was something you guys did together?
I'm going to object. This whole line of questioning has been leading, and this is the defendant's witness. The rules are very clear on that.
It is our witness, Judge. We've got to rephrase the question.
Thank you.
So, okay. Whose idea was it to have this master-slave thing?
It was Nick's.
And did you go along with it willingly?
Yes.
Did you have a problem with it?
I didn't particularly like it, but I went along with it.
Now, you talked a little bit about this situation at the Cinderella movie. And I think you testified on cross-examination that your mother thought it was creepy that a 26-year-old was at a Cinderella movie.
That is correct.
Okay. How old were you during that movie?
23.
That's all the question. No, Judge, actually, I'd like to make a record before we're done, but if the state has no recross, then we can do it after that.
All right. Yes.
That, when you were in the bathroom, you had mentioned the code that you guys had, right?
Yes, sir.
And actually, at some point, the defendant had warned you about coming into the bedroom while he was killing your mom, right?
Yes, sir.
Because he was worried that his evil side could possibly hurt you.
Yes, sir.
And the story that you all came up with, in the event that you were caught, you were asked a question and an answer from your deposition. Do you remember that?
Can you rephrase that?
Yeah, that was a terrible question. Mr. Perry had asked you to read an answer from your deposition. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Would you do me a favor? Could you turn to page 68?
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
Yes.
You see the very, very last line where the question starts, did you?
Yes, sir.
And the question is, did you and Nick have a story? And then if you turn to the next page, that you guys had put together that if somehow you got caught, you were going to tell this one story. You see that question?
Yes, sir.
And what was your answer?
Yes, sir.
And then the question is, what was that story? You see that?
Yes, sir.
And what was your answer?
That my mother kicked me out of the house and that I called him to come pick me up because I was going to live with Nick and his mom.
And then the next question you see is, did you have a story of where you ran into each other? Did anything go that far that you recall? And what was your answer?
No, sir.
And then you see the question, who came up with this story? And what was your answer?
He did.
And also, if you would just look for a moment, going back to the text messages.
Can you see that, Liz?
Yes.
And there on the left, it looks like this conversation takes place June 8th at about 1:23 p.m., right?
Yes, sir.
And you asked him, is it all good? You got the tickets, hon, right?
Yes, sir.
And then he says to you, dear, please go with the story I had told my mom and stepdad. You see that?
Yes, sir.
And he responds again, yes, dear.
Yes, sir.
And then if you look there, you ask him, please let me know what story.
Yes, sir.
And then he says, I'll tell you in person, dear, because I'll be able to explain it better then. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
And you say, okay, not saying a word on Facebook to anyone after that. But the story referenced in that is this story that you would tell if you were ever called.
Yes, sir.
No other questions.
Thank you.
Just a couple more and then we need to make a recommendation. He told you in that text that it was the story, quote, I had told my mom, correct?
Yes, sir.
You know, while I was looking at the text messages just then, I was thinking, you guys remember how hard it was to text, like, on T9? Like, it took a minute. So the fact that she was like, I've never had a cell phone before. I get the predictive text being kind of new, but it's not really. It's not really new, because they had predictive text, just not the same way. Yeah. Fucking liar. About everything. I'm watching what you guys are saying about Walmart. She shouldn't even be allowed to go to Walmart's. She shouldn't be allowed to go to Walmart. There's so much shit she shouldn't be allowed to do and should definitely still be locked up. Absolutely. Let's keep going.
I want you to go back to page 69, where you were just reading with the prosecutor. I want to read the very next question. If you can find, I think the prosecutor ended on page 69, line 13.
Yes,
You
sir.
see the very next question starting on line 14?
Yes, sir.
I'll read the question, you can read the answer. But you guys had agreed that this was a story you were going to tell should somehow you guys get arrested. Is that correct? What was your answer?
Yes, sir.
That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you. Anything?
No.
May I ask you, Ms. Lee, excuse
I'd like to make a record before we excuse the judge, real quick.
privately?
I think it needs to be.
All right. You can put that microphone back if you'd like, Liz.
Look at that stare. That says so much. And I don't even think, at this point in time that he's even realizing that it's a betrayal. I think he definitely was still in love with her at this point. I do, with that interview that we watched on, well, I don't know about who, it looks like most of you guys that are here did watch it on Sir Morbid's page. It seems like he's had a lot of conversations with a lot of different people, and I'm sure he's met plenty of dudes in prison that have given him advice, and they're like, "Look, dude, like that bitch doesn't love you, and this and that." Absolutely, absolutely. Um, let's just keep going for whatever's left of this, and I was thinking about possibly opening it up and seeing if anybody wants to jump up and talk for a few or anything. I do kind of want to go over the text messages since we're already here. Don't have anything else to do for a little bit, so we could do that. But let's continue on. Free the tatas. She probably does have a bra on, but you know how the jail and prison clothes and shit, like those ain't whitey tighties and like big grandma bras.
All right. How are you? Can this witness be excused, Mr. Perry?
She can, Judge.
Yes, I'm glad to say.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've reached a good time for lunch. I want to again remind you of what you were told at the first recess of the court. Until you retire to consider your verdict, you must not discuss this case among yourselves or with others, or permit anyone to discuss it in your hearing. You should not form or express any opinion about the case until it is finally given to you to decide. Do not do any research or investigation on your own about any matter regarding this case or anyone involved with the trial. Do not communicate with others about the case by any means. Do not read, view, or listen to any newspaper, radio, electronic communication from the internet, or television before the trial. It's about 10 after 12 o'clock. I could have you downstairs at 1:30 then, okay? Please rise. Just mind you can stay seated. I don't want you to fall off that chair.
I do.
I can't let you take the water with you, so if you need to drink it, please. And we'll get that out for you today, okay? So if you go with my bailiff, and you will be back in court again.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? All right. And so she's released and can be returned. All right, we'll be in recess until 12:30 or 1:30. Mr. Perry, you do have additional witnesses, correct? We'll have you back up here after you have lunch. Hey, it's good seeing you. It is. It is.
Oops. Sorry about that, guys.
It is. It is. And the instruction that you proposed that I gave is
Let's just look to see what else is on this list, because I feel like the text messages are gonna be funny. Oh, man. Okay. What do you guys think we should do? Should I bring people up to talk? Or do you guys want to move on to the text messages? I think we should do the text messages. Yeah, that. Hey, you know what, guys? I actually had a question. You know how the act was, excuse me. You know how the act was like supposedly, um, yeah, I think so too, Teresa. I think it's very strange. Okay.
Gypsy. Hey, I can't help it.
Let me see something. I think the beginning of the text messages is in the video before. Yeah. Oops, I just clicked the wrong one like a dumbass. That's all it was. Okay, before I start that. So, the act was done by Hulu, right? And I looked into it the other night, and it seems very strange that there's detail. I know that the act is some booty, okay, because that's what manipulated all of us. But I really, at the end of the day, think that I think that all that information was given from and by the family. Because there's just things that's like, how that is real, and how did you know that? Who told you that? Who? Because Dee Dee didn't tell you. Who told you that? So, I do too. I definitely like to hear others' opinions as well. But I don't know. I think it's fucking weird because it seems like the only reason that the Blanchards were mad was because they got screwed out of getting money from the act. I don't really think that it was without. I don't think that there was absolutely no permission. I don't believe that for a fucking second. But yep. All right. Let's see these text messages. These are going to be funny. I got some jokes already.
He's just coming in. Just 1 second.
Alrighty. Y'all get lunch, hopefully?
You be seated.
You have another witness?
Your Honor, the state calls Aaron Exner.
Okay. Mr. Exner. Come on up. Have a seat. I'll swear you in after you get seated, okay? Okay. Better if you sit. I've had people fall off when we swear them. They lose their balance for some reason. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the cause now pending before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You got it.
I do.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you please state your name?
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but you can use it.
Aaron Exner.
And Mr. Exner, what's your current occupation?
I currently work in sales and marketing at Dynamic DNA Laboratories.
And what do you do at Dynamic DNA Laboratories?
Right now, focused on sales and marketing of our number of variety of genetic tests and other things that we do.
How long have you worked there?
Since April of this year.
And what did you do prior to working at Dynamic DNA Laboratories?
Prior to working at Dynamic, I worked for the Missouri State Highway Patrol Crime Laboratory here in Springfield.
How long did you work for the Missouri State Highway Patrol?
A little over 5 years.
And what were your duties with the crime lab here?
Yeah, my duties mainly consisted of locating, identifying, and genetically typing biological material, and then making subsequent comparisons to known reference standards.
And what was your title?
I was a DNA criminalist.
And in order to work as a DNA criminalist, did you first, actually let me back up. First, what's your educational background?
Yeah. I got my undergraduate degree from Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar, Missouri in biology, and then went on and got my master's in plant science from Missouri State University.
Then in order
Are you guys okay if I skip to the text messages, since that's kind of what we're here for? We can always go back to other things like later on, but actually, fuck it. Let's look at this really quick. And then we'll go to the text messages, since that's what the vote was.
Right, so on this title slide, it's that for the desktop computer, and that Z number would be the evidence barcode number for that computer, correct? Correct. The first thing we're going to look at is some of those favorite icons from the desktop computer. Yes. And so the block that we've blown up there, that's just a blow up of what's underneath, right, on the chart? Correct. And so on March 16th of 2015, a visit to Springfield Village School.
Jeff, I totally agree. But it's also like the best 9/11 documentary is Loose Change, but not a fucking network would touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Correct. So that won't necessarily be the specific time that that page was visited, but that would be a time that liliesfloral.net was visited.
And then what's the second one that came up?
Flowerama of Springfield.com,
And the date?
March 16th of 2015. And copsplus.com/handcuffs. And that is March 14th of 2015.
Yeah, boy. Huh. And notice the time, the actual time is always important too, because Dee Dee, she looked like she was in bed by like 8:30, unless it was movie night. And yeah.
Then on this next page, we're still on the Chrome save icons.
That is something that Time Warner Cable does whenever you try to visit a site that is down or doesn't exist. So bondagetape.com was the site that was attempted to be visited, but
Michelle? Yes, the chromosome disorder actually covers basically any and all situations that have been explained to us as medical abuse, even down to the hypersexuality. It's literally a symptom. Like the nose, the teeth, the little pinhead joint, like everything. The Bob's Burger chin. Yo, we might have to put Bob on here. Like, I hate to do Bob like that, but we might maybe we'll use Linda. I hate to do Linda like that. We might have to do it though. Yeah.
it was either down or did not exist at that time. And that's March 10th of 2015, or May 10th of 2015. That's symtoys.com with bondage tape. Same date. And lovehoney.com, blog 2014, September 30, bondage tape. AlanEve.com, adult sex toys, kinky bondage, SP sex, mischief, bondage tape.
Now we're moving to part of the report that dealt with web history from the desktop computer, correct?
Correct. So here is walmart.com, March 19, 2015 at 3:28 p.m. With this one, it is unknown for sure which computer this visit would have happened on.
And I think you said March 19th. Did you mean May 19th?
May 19, 2015.
From there, we're going to switch back to the fave icons on the desktop computer. And did you find things associated with that visit to walmart.com on May 19th?
Possibly on that day. So that is a walmart.com search for bondage tape. A walmart.com search for taser. A walmart.com search for knives. This one is the search for knives on walmart.com, but you see at the end category tactical knives. When you search on Walmart for knives, it gives you other options to narrow down your search on the side. Tactical knives is one of those categories, so category tactical knives shows he drilled down into that category. That is a specific entry for a specific knife. Another knife, and a third knife.
I'm going to switch to the laptop computer, and again, that Z number is the barcode number for that computer.
Correct.
We're looking at the favorite icons.
That is an Amazon page for double locking steel police handcuffs.
Date.
May 28th, 2015, but again, that just shows that Amazon was visited at that time. There's no guarantee it's that specific website that was visited. And eBay.com, that is a search for tasers.
And the rest of these underneath that, are also eBay searches for tasers, just with the small part of the search shown.
Yes. Taser, search for taser, a search for taser gun. That's a specific listing for a guard dog, 65 million volt police stun gun, and a search for taser gun.
Now back to the desktop web history.
That is a visit on May 31st, 2015 to greyhound.com, specifically a page dealing with tickets and travel. May 31st, 2015, that's the same one. Then a visit for a page on baggage information, and then a PDF on their prohibited items list. That is a visit on June 3rd, 2015.
What the fuck? Jesus, dude. These searches are like as bad as Casey Anthony searches, like chloroform. I didn't look up nothing. My dad looked it up, even though my dad was located. His location was over at his job, and my mom wasn't home. But it wasn't me that searched it. It was Zanny. Yeah, Zanny looked it up, not me. The fuck, dude.
To filmingcops.com/tases handcuffed girl to death.
On June 3rd, 2015.
Correct. Another visit to greyhound.com. With that specific one, we want to know exactly which device that one was on.
On June 7th of 2015.
Correct. And then on June 8th, 2015 at 7:46 a.m., a visit to taxifarefinder.com. And then just a short while later, a specific search for what was his address to the bus station in Milwaukee.
And going to the laptop web history.
Taxi Fare Finder, June 8th of 2015 at 7:46 a.m. And this is an example of one that was probably transferred during the sync. So that's the exact same one on the other, but there was more detail on the other. That is June 9th, 2015 at 1:40 p.m. And that is the web page for the Days in Springfield on I-44. All of that there is consistent with logging into the hotel Wi-Fi of the day.
Oh, thank you, Gabriella. I appreciate that. Guys, I got sunburn on my thighs. I have these like booty shorts that I got from a biker club because they love me, and they're like, yeah, Bug, this is like, you're not fully in the club because you don't have a motorcycle yet, but we love you, man. And so I decided to wear them on the beach. But the thing is, I normally wear, like surf shorts or like shorts that aren't as short as this. Cause the tops of my thighs, they ain't seen the sunshine in 16 years. So, my legs are itchy as fuck, and I don't get sunburn like at all. So if anyone has, like, I already been putting aloe on it and like lotioning these bitches up. They're so itchy. Like, my legs are itching the shit out of me right now. But I'm over here struggling. Let's keep going. But I had to say thank you. You guys are awesome. Let me put this up. Thank you so much. Yeah, I guess being funny just comes naturally. I'm not even trying to be funny. Literally, I'm just fucking. That's just how I talk. All right. Let's go. Sorry to interrupt.
In Springfield on I-44. And that was June 9th, 2015 at 5:42 p.m.
If I understand you correctly, so like when I go to the hotel and I check in and I want to get on the Wi-Fi, I turn on my computer, and when I do that, the first thing I have to do before I can go to Google or Amazon or whatever is I have to log in to the hotel's Wi-Fi system.
Yeah, most places require you to do that. That is a taxi fare finder, June 10th, 2015 at 1:01 a.m. for going from the Days Inn to 2103 West Volunteer Way. And at 1:14 a.m., a Google Maps lookup for that same address, the victim's address.
And so if I'm not familiar with Google Maps, it would allow me to go and look at either the map or even a satellite view of that location.
It could, yeah.
And that's at what time again?
1:14 a.m. on June 10th, 2015.
And after that Google Maps, is there a break in activity?
Yes.
And then back to the Days Inn?
Yes, at 10:17 p.m. that same day.
June 10th. So I want to talk about Exhibit 94, that the LG
34, 22, 34. Yeah. Cause, you know, what, somebody said something and I lost it, and, thanks for the sub, and, yeah. Yo, green eyes, those are lit. Those are lit. I don't. I have demon eyes. Yeah, hey, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. So we're about to be going over the text messages after the computer stuff. I actually find it entertaining hearing shit. Let me hold on. What is happening over here? Check one, check. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My thing was I didn't say I was ugly. I said my fucking eyes suck. That's all I said. I didn't say it. I didn't, you didn't gotta go all that. You didn't gotta go all that bad. I didn't say all that. All right. What the fuck? Oh, dude, I keep forgetting because I know what happened. All right. What I was gonna say was, it's so funny when he starts reading the text messages. Like, damn, this fucking guy's gotta read these fucking text messages, man. Like, God, this is gross. All right, let's go.
phone with the flat screen on it. Did you examine that?
Yes.
Were you able to, from its content, did you identify its user?
Yes.
How and who?
It was Gypsy's phone. The Google account, it was an Android phone. The Google account link was in her name. There were email accounts added to it that were in her name. There were outgoing text messages that never went through that said, hey, it's Gypsy. And then there were some selfies that were found on the micro SD that was in the phone.
Were you able to tell if this phone had cell service?
I don't believe it did.
Why?
There were no calls, and there were no outgoing text messages that worked, and the only incoming messages were Amber Alerts and weather alerts, which you receive whether you have cell service or not.
Could that phone still then be used to communicate via SMS or text message with someone?
It could through a couple of different ways.
Did you find evidence that this phone had been used in that way, in one of those ways? Tell us about that.
It can still be put on Wi-Fi, and on Wi-Fi you can use any app that would allow you to do that. In this case, she had Yahoo Messenger installed, and there were messages sent to cell phone numbers.
Did you also examine, we talked already and we've already admitted, States Exhibit 79, the Kyocera flip phone. When you looked at it, were you able to tell who the user of that phone was?
Yes.
How?
There were messages addressing the user. It was Mr. Goodajohn's phone. There were messages addressing the user as Nick. There was a contact list entry for mom, and I was told by investigators that that number was his mom's number, and there was a selfie taken with the phone.
As you looked at States Exhibit 94, the LG phone, and the States Exhibit 79, the Kyocera flip phone that was the defendant's, Could you tell those two devices had communicated?
They did.
How do you know that?
A conversation on the LG phone, the messages matched exactly with messages that were on the Kyocera phone. The Kyocera phone had more messages, but the messages that were still on the LG phone matched exactly.
And what messaging service was Gypsy Blanchard using on her phone?
She was using Yahoo Messenger on hers.
And so when I use Yahoo Messenger, when we look at these texts later, does it say this is from Gypsy, or how does that appear?
It just appears as a number. So the first time you receive if you're the person on the texting end, the first time you receive a message from someone through Yahoo Messenger, it comes from the number 924-665 and then 01. If a second person was to contact you, it comes through as 924-665-02. So in this case, he had two conversations, one with 924-665-06 and 07. The 07 conversation matched up with the conversation from Gypsy's phone, and it actually switches back and forth. You can tell from the conversation that 06 is Gypsy also. I mean, it switches back and forth as their conversation goes on over a couple weeks.
And so with Yahoo Messenger, can I either do that from a mobile device like a phone, or also from a laptop or some other kind of computing device?
Correct. You could do that from anywhere you have access to Yahoo Messenger, whether it be a phone app, a computer app, or even their website.
And the messages you found, do those go back to May 27th?
Yes.
And for the disk we put together, does it end then on June 10th of 2015?
Yes.
And did we put together a disk that contains those text messages you found between the defendant and Gypsy Blanchard?
Yes.
Is that what is on this?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually gonna upload all the stuff, all the songs and the album art that's on that fucking channel, guys. Like, you can follow it if you want. It's not gonna hurt me or anything like that. But What the Bug with No Numbers is this one is the real me. That is actually a channel that's made from the distribution company that puts my music out onto all the different platforms. Like, I'm on Spotify and all the different things. Actually, I'll probably end up taking my videos and posting them on there, the sound bites, and putting them on there. But fuck it, that's not the point. Anyway, so I've been talking to a few people, and they're like, yeah, just put all the music and stuff on there, and I'll keep it organized. Music is my first thing. I just started this because I was like, if they can do it, I could do it better. Anything you can do, I can do better. Let's go.
Disk labeled States Exhibit 160.
Yes.
And you recognize that disk?
Yes, it has my initials in DSM.
And you've reviewed it?
Yes.
And does it fairly and accurately capture that text conversation between the defendant and Gypsy Blanchard?
Yes.
And because it has that to and from that 624 number, did we add a box, a pink box with the label Gypsy for the ones from her phone?
Yes.
And a blue box for the ones with the defendant, for the ones from the defendant?
Yes.
I move to admit States Exhibit 160.
I'll show that admitted over objection.
Head, but instead of getting rid of them, they became part.
I couldn't sit there while that sound was driving me nuts. Well, it's all true, hun, and it was about voices in my head, but instead of getting rid of them, they became a part of me, baby. Just because I skipped a little bit of what the guy said, I couldn't click at the right spot because I don't have the patience right now. Just kidding. I do. Let's go.
Part of me, baby. How it works is based on my thoughts and feelings, dear. Depends on what part of me shows, honey. Gypsy, I understand, hon. But that don't mean I don't understand you. I do. Defendant, well, maybe after I explained it, you understand, sweetie. Otherwise, no one else understands, hon. Gypsy, well, I do. You understood me in my different ways. Defendant, well, we're supposed to understand each other if we just know how to express each other, dear. Heart emoji.
If we may, before we go any further, because the court reporter is recording everything he's saying, Mr. Patterson, he's reading verbatim from 160. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you want the court reporter to report it exactly as he's reading it? Mr. Perry? I'm just trying to think. There's 800 of these.
I think it needs to be.
You do?
Yes,
All right.
it's on the record.
Okay.
Gypsy, sometimes I'm too expressive. LOL or laugh out loud. Defendant, not really, because expression involves details and you know I'm better at that, hun. Gypsy, yes you are, but I too want everything you do too. Defendant, what do you mean? Gypsy, everything you said you want, I want too. To be together. Defendant, honey, this is where we're different though. I don't just want everything with you, but I need everything with you for me to feel complete, sweetheart. Heart emoji. Gypsy, I need you too. Promise me the good part of you will never die. BTW, or by the way, I'm on FB too. FB is probably Facebook. Defendant, really, dear? Because at times I wonder if you need me. Baby, it could never die. Gypsy, I do need you. It kills me to make you have to be on these ups and downs. Defendant, honey, you would not mind using a sweet name every once in a while. It helps me remember I'm worshipped, hon. Gypsy, sure, sweetie.
Okay, hold on. So this popped in my head a second ago. You know how they were talking about like the you know how Gypsy's pregnant supposedly. People keep asking her if she's got any names picked out, and she said that one of her favorite names, she used to name all of her dolls Emily, and so she might be doing that. And I'm like, Emma Rose is one of your hardcore cosplay characters that's like hidden, taken down, privated, that we can't access. And it's like, I don't know why that popped in my head or where the train of thought was going, but choo choo.
Defendant, that's better, dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy, it's not that I don't worship you. I do, baby. I do, and I look forward to being with you. I'm just dealing with everything changing, hon. Defendant, about you or exactly what changes, dear? Gypsy, the move, the change that's coming. Darling, I'm scared. Defendant, scared of what, my love? Gypsy, of everything. I'm not good with change, baby. Defendant, everything? Sweetheart, we both have that in common when it has to do with moving, dear. Gypsy, I'm going to be okay. I just needed to calm down and take a breath. But darling, my feelings for you will never change. Heart emoji. I'm yours and you do make me happy. Defendant, I hope they never change because you scare me at times, dear. Heart emoji. I hope so, honey, because I put my mind, heart, and soul into being with you and making you happy, sweetie. Heart emoji. Gypsy, my feelings won't change, and though I have freakouts, I always come back to you, my love. I'm so sorry I scared you. I'll give you lots of love in the hotel, baby. Defendant, well, that's reassuring, dear. I needed that. Heart emoji. After doing what my evil side said, hun, Gypsy, I reassured you on FB too, hun. Heart emoji.
So sometimes does it appear that they're communicating on more than one format at a time, Facebook as well as texting?
Yes. Yes, baby. Defendant, okay, baby. Heart emoji. Gypsy, you said don't let anything in our way. I wore myself out with being emotional.
Yeah. Sorry. Not sorry, Charlie. Yeah, absolutely. She said to herself, I would say the meanest and rudest things to push Ryan away. I didn't care whose fucking feelings I hurt. I didn't mind at all. Fuck them. Yeah, she treats them all the same, does them all the same, and it's really gross. Really, yeah. Yep. Gabriella, exactly. She's freaking out on. Here, let me put it up. She's freaking out on Chad Ken. Jesus Christ. Maybe I didn't sleep enough. Anyway, yeah. So, I think that I was trying to make. Actually, I didn't put the video out yet because y'all been distracting me on these lives. So I did record a video. I don't know what day is it? Tuesday. Yesterday, bruh. Yesterday morning, I recorded a video and I haven't started editing it yet. But I do make a point that. Actually, I think I said it on Morbid's live the other night, and I was like, she definitely says the same types of things and has been saying the same types of things to Ryan and to Ken, probably to Dan, and we know for a fact Nick and Ryan have similar traits. I'm not talking about the mental disability, I'm talking about like the love is blind thing, and I hope it all backfires outside, and I mean everything's public with her. But I feel like they are trying to hold it down with the Ken situation, but it's only gonna take so long because they talk to each other so shittily. Like, did you guys hear the way that Chad was trying to tell her to drink her water, and then Christy and Gypsy were like, "Shut the fuck up." I actually agreed with them on that because I was like, she did take a sip of water, but like, bro, your nose is buried into that phone. I don't know. I don't give a shit about her or her feelings. I'm just saying that it's just they talk to each other like fucking nuts. What did I just do? Oh.
Defendant, it's true, dear. I'm guessing you have a correlation to that when I said it, dear. Heart emoji. Defendant, it's true, dear. I'm guessing you have a correlation to that when I said it, dear. Heart emoji.
So possibly you just took a double picture of that one of your photograph novels.
I may have. Gypsy, sorry, hon, I took a nap. Defendant, I thought you did, dear. Heart emoji.
Exactly.
Gypsy, I hope you feel better now, hon, because I do. Defendant, I just needed to be reassured, hon. Heart emoji. Gypsy, okay, darling. Well, I love, adore, and worship you, my everything, and I'm not giving up.
Is that example of that signature salutation was spoken?
Yes. XOXOXOXOX, which is slang for hugs and kisses. Defendant, that's music to my ears, sweetie. Heart emoji. Gypsy, big smile. Defendant, dear, will there be less of these freakouts in person? Gypsy, yes, darling. When we're together, I will be a lot more relaxed. Mostly because we can use hugs, kisses, and body language to prevent it. Defendant, true, and sex will relieve us of the stress, dear. Gypsy, LOL, laugh out loud, that too, hun. Defendant, yes, dear, heart emoji. Gypsy, a lot of our problems are we don't have a physical relationship, hun, so it's hard, hun. Defendant, true, I suppose most of our problems are physical related, dear. Gypsy, and I want you to know being with me won't be hell, it will be much better, sweetie. Defendant, when exactly, dear, since you got me curious?
Yes, dear. When? Because you got me fucked up.
Gypsy. Well, I'm going to start now, but I'll be all the way better when we see each other, honey. Defendant. All right, dear, heart emoji. Gypsy. Do I make you happy? Defendant. When you don't have your freakouts, yes, dear. Gypsy. Maybe you might like me better in person. BTW, or by the way, I'm afraid of bugs, just so you know, hon.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Defendant. Bugs, dear, there is no reason for that, and you know I'll worship you either way, whether in person or from afar. Heart emoji. Gypsy. I'm just letting you know my phobia, it's bugs and spiders. I always feel like crap after I freak out because we're caught in the middle. I can't stay even an hour away from me and you. Defendant. And spiders, that's also something harmless to you most of the time, hon. It's meant to be that way, though, dear. Gypsy. It's just my fears, hon. So you take your little...
All right, Laura, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, everybody that has agreed to become mods. I'm down to add some more of you guys if you're interested in it. I don't actually have any official rules at this point, but you guys get the gist of what we're doing here. All right, let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to get through all of these text messages, but I'll make sure that I make a note to pick back up. Just because it's already been like a couple and a half hours, and yeah, I want to get some other stuff situated, but we're going to keep going for right now. We'll see what happens.
Little creepy, buggy friends and escort them out the house. Defendant. Exactly, dear. And don't worry about bugs. They're harmless, hon. Gypsy. So we're all...
This is a whack-ass conversation. Like, seriously, this is a whack, like, boring as shit, whack conversation. Like, alright, let's keep going.
Cool, sweetheart. Defendant. Yes, hon, it's just your freakouts that scare me, honey. Gypsy. We have that in common, hon. Defendant. Of course we do, dear. Heart emoji. Thursday, May 28th, 2015. Gypsy. We are all lovey again, my cutie pie. Defendant. That's great news, my Ellie. Heart emoji, smiley face emoji. Gypsy. Aw, my dear Carl. Meet me on...
Carl! How are they gonna do Carl like that? Yeah, actually, Leland, you're probably more than likely correct, but still, yawn. All right, let's go.
On Facebook, my love. Defendant. Hon, I'm glad you picked up on that reference. Heart emoji. Gypsy. LOL. Laugh out loud. Nice job. Cap up. Defendant. I knew you would catch on to it, dear. Gypsy. Darling, will you tell me the movie you want to watch with me yet? Defendant. Oh, the same one I have as a surprise? No, dear, it's a surprise. Gypsy. Really? LOL, OMG, laugh out loud, oh my god. Do you have it? Defendant. No, but we'll buy it together, sweetie. Gypsy. Okay, hon. Oh, if I show you a YouTube clip of a TV show, would you tell me if you would watch it with me, hon? Defendant. Well, I have to see the clip first, dear. Friday, May 29th, 2015. Gypsy. Hey, handsome. Defendant.
Raymond, that is actually coming up. It is in this. It is in these text messages. Faux shizzle.
Hey, gorgeous. Gypsy. Drool makes you horny, LOL, laugh out loud. You're weird.
Oh, yo. Do I need to say anything on that? Do I need to say anything about that? Because I think what really gets the guys is the drool and the no teeth. I think that's probably what it is. What's that one fucking song? There's like a fucking TikTok song. It's like something about you suck. You're supposed to play it when like your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever is like looking at you, and it's like, yeah, you suck at giving head or whatever. Yeah. Oh, the fucking bop.
Defendant, baby, you'll understand when you experience it. Heart emoji. Gypsy, darling, I'm safe. Long story, but tornado warning was issued. Defendant, that's good news, dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy, darling, can you please meet me online? We need to talk about our plan. Defendant, okay, honey. Heart emoji. Gypsy, I'm still daddy's girl. Hold me, and yes, it's kitty, daddy.
Ugh. Fucking barf, dude. Ugh. Dude, I'm grossed the fuck out. Alright, I'm too virgin for this. This is nasty.
Defendant, baby, why didn't you answer daddy before as I hold you in my lap? Gypsy, I was taking tummy med to make me feel better, so I put my phone down. Saturday, May 30th, 2015. Defendant, okay, honey, just never change on daddy because I never want you to be anything but daddy's everything as I rock you back and forth in my arms on my lap.
Okay, that actually reminded me of that Justin Timberlake lyric where he's like, I wanna be a mother. Wait, see what I see. Yeah. When you see that can't nobody hold you like me, 'cause I love you. Yeah, anyway.
Gypsy, I won't change, daddy. I curl into your shoulders and cuddle. Defendant, I keep rocking you back and forth in my arms on my lap. Are you my same daddy's girl that I reminded you of being in the past year? Gypsy, hey baby. Darling, does your house have any kind of car? I'm looking on Google Maps. Defendant, dear, it depends on how updated their world map is. Last time I looked, it wasn't the right vehicle. Gypsy, wow, it's a small place. LOL, laugh out loud. Defendant, yeah, it's small to a degree. Gypsy, I looked at the population and it's smaller than the smallest town I've lived in. I thought 7,800 was small. Defendant, like I said, it used to be a village, now it's a town. Gypsy, I'll adjust, LOL, laugh out loud. Besides, smaller, less trouble. Defendant, I hope so because it should be easy one to transcend to heart emoji. Gypsy, are you ready? Like in all ways, hon. Defendant, what do you mean, dear? Gypsy, for me.
Yes, Gabriella, exactly. Let me put that up for you guys to see. Yeah, dude. Especially, ain't no way. Okay, first of all, let's rewind. Let's think of all the pictures that were public of Gypsy when Ryan started talking to her, and then seeing her on like a couple of the different things. You thought that was cute, bro? Bro, what is those, bro? What are you talking about? You saw those pictures with them fucking teeth and that fucking bald ass head and that fucking nose, and you said that shit was cute? What was cute? The whiny, squeaky, pinched ass voice? The fuck? Yo, and then not only that, but Gabrielle's making a good point. Something about Ryan is making him ignore her case altogether. Yeah, dude, he does not give a shit, especially with like, even let's pretend he hadn't seen the crime scene photos, and let's pretend that he just did, because I'm sure he's more invested in it now. He's still like, oh yeah, I got love for Gypsy. It is what it is. Yeah, she ditched me and cheated on me, and fuck Ken. It is what it is. It's her mom's snatch was all over the fucking place. I know that they put the Barney doll. It is what it is. I mean, she just did it. It's not a big deal. Fuck, dude.
Defendant, if I wasn't, I wouldn't be so eager to be living with you, dear. Gypsy, I was supposed to get pregnant in a week and a half. Defendant, okay, hon, so what are you saying? Gypsy, I just feel sad I'm not. Defendant, oh, I see, hon. Gypsy, part of me is really worried about my tube.
Let me say something. I hate the saying "it is what it is" because no, it the fuck is not. Y'all ain't never seen a real man makes his own luck. It isn't what it is, bro. Like, if somebody fucking dies, yeah, it might be, it is what it is, but no, it's like, it depends on how the fuck they died. It isn't just what it is, bro. Like, that's just a way over the top example, but no, shit is just not what it is. Like, there's maybe on an occasional situation, maybe, you know, like when you fucking stub your toe, bro, that fucking sucks. And it makes you sound like Gypsy, you know, when you scream. But it isn't what it is, bro. You should have had shoes on, or you should have fucking took a wider angle around the fucking table, dude. I don't fucking know. I fucking hate that saying. Let's go.
What if I could have it taken out being pregnant? Defendant, you said you would have it taken out. Gypsy, could you wait like 10 months for plan B? Defendant, so you want me to get you pregnant again? Gypsy, I'm getting it changed, hon. Defendant, oh, because for a second I thought you wanted me to get you pregnant again, dear.
Oh, man, again. Oh, man. I had this inside joke with one of my friends about alien sex, and she'd always be like, yeah, you know, you got me pregnant, but that's a fucking joke from intelligent people, not fucking this fucking Forrest Gump and fucking goddamn, I can't think of a famous not smart female movie. They're all mostly male stuff, but she got that Gilbert Grape shit going on. Like, she like Leo in that joint, and he got the fucking fuck. I'm pushing play.
Gypsy, I just was wondering, does Big Ben have a hospital? Besides, I'm late on my period. Defendant, no. Okay. Gypsy, gotcha. Defendant, MHN?
What in the shit? When did they go to the movie again, guys?
MHM. Gypsy, let's move to Milwaukee, smiley emoji. We can stay with your mom for a little. Defendant, Milwaukee? I'd rather be living in Waukesha, hon. Gypsy, okay, darling, we can look up apartments in Waukesha. And with the 5,000 I have, we will be set. Defendant, good idea, dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy, I don't need to marry you to live with you, so we can take our time with wedding. I saw Waukesha looks beautiful.
Bro, get real. Yeah, dude. But he had a sleeve, and I'm seeing weight loss at this point, but I'm still trying to figure out, when did he have that procedure? Because if it happened when Gypsy was out, or even before, like, they show him eating it, and I understand that they eat smaller amounts and stuff, whatever. But you're supposed to be on like a liquid diet for a while, and then you bring in certain things, no carbs. 2015. Oh. My bad, y'all. I'm sitting here thinking y'all are responding to what I was saying. I see what's going on here. I see what's going on. All right, let's keep going.
And I can paint and sell my art. Defendant, dear, I know that, but you mean our 5,000. True, baby. Gypsy, yes, our darling. Smiley emoji. Gypsy, and who knows, maybe after a while we can have a ceremony like a wedding time. You would make a handsome groom. Defendant, and will live in my birth city, hun. Heart emoji. Hopefully live close to Woodlands so we get our groceries extremely cheap, dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy, Waukesha would be a dream come true, sweetheart. Defendant, hun, we're still going to follow our kind's traditions though, dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy, of course, darling. Defendant, I look forward to it, my dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy, I look forward to cuddles. I dreamt about it. And you gave me oral sex. Defendant, maybe so, but I look forward to kissing you. Heart emoji. As I will do in the future. Gypsy, blushes. Defendant, well, it's true, baby. Gypsy, will you give me my first orgasm soon, my love? Will you finger me on the bus? I desire pleasure too, hun. Defendant, hun,
This is the shit I'm talking about. This is I didn't eat enough food for this. Oh god.
I may be naughty on the bus, just depends on the moment, depends on how naughty, hun. Heart emoji. Gypsy, well, I'm going to touch you, winking face emoji. And I'm going to kiss you too, everywhere. Defendant, dear, I may give you permission to, heart emoji, winking face emoji. Gypsy, good darling, smiley face emoji. Defendant, as for the kissing, you know you can do that on my body, sweetie, heart emoji. Gypsy, the first movie I want to watch with you is 50 Shades of Grey. I also think we should start with soft, wet anal sex before big time anal.
Wet with what?
Let's talk on Facebook, LOL, laugh out loud. Defendant, dear, I'll watch that with you to get us in the mood, which depends on the time. It could be a later movie, dear. As for anal, don't worry about that because it's my job as your master too, dear. Gypsy, you make my girly parts tingle.
Oh man, y'all. The fucking dude reading it out, man. That's even worse, dude. Like, at least we're just hearing it. I'd be cracking the fuck up reading this shit out loud. Like, because my face knows no boundaries. My mouth is even worse. So, y'all want me up on that motherfucker. Because I'll fucking tell it how it is. Like, I'd be like, this shit is fucking gross.
Defendant, I'm glad I do because I'm supposed to, hun. Gypsy, I'm thinking about you in a naughty way. Defendant, that's good, heart emoji. Sunday, May 31st, 2015. Gypsy, you're a great daddy, and thank you for doing the worst for the best of us. Defendant, you're welcome, my dear. Gypsy, looking at your movie, lights, and music, we couldn't be more opposite. I like country, you like metal. I like drama, you like comedy. Goodness, this is awkward. Well, I'll expand my interests. Defendant, those are just a few, hun. Gypsy, I do like the animated ones. Defendant, we have more in common than you may think. Gypsy, darling, please read what I said. Defendant, okay, hun. Gypsy, good morning, my love of my life. You know what? I'm going to start wearing a ring because I want to feel married to you, so one of my rings from the girly shop, Claire, will do.
She said, give me a ring from Claire. She's trying to get that green ring.
Defendant, okay, hun, and sorry I didn't answer until now. Gypsy, I need to tell you a secret, hun. Defendant, go ahead, dear. Gypsy, I never stopped sucking pedicure from a baby bottle. Defendant, baby, I already knew that. Gypsy, you know? How? Defendant, baby girl, seriously, do you not understand that I am with you Spiritually, I experience everything with you, dear. Heart emoji. That's why there is no point in hiding things from me. Gypsy. Oh, okay, hon. Are you with me when I'm naked? I'm going to church, hon. Defendant. Okay, hon, and I'm with you at all times. Heart emoji. Gypsy. Darling, I'm 100% with the plan. Defendant. What do you mean, dear? Gypsy. I'm in for it, hon. No doubts. Defendant. Okay, darling. Gypsy. That's all just okay. I was expecting IDK, or I don't know, joy, I guess. Defendant. Dear, of course I'm happy. Heart emoji. Gypsy. Okay, good, sweetie. What's your stepdad's name, just so I know? Defendant. Charlie. That is what it is, hon. Gypsy. Okay, darling, cool. Defendant. Yes, dear. Gypsy. Please be online. Defendant. Okay, darling. Monday, June 1st, 2015. Gypsy. So you won't end this? Defendant. I'm not saying anything besides it's a waste of time. Gypsy. Get your ass back now. As I'm concerned, I'm going to rip you a new one. Defendant. That's not worth it. I always fight for us. It's your turn for once. Gypsy. Me, how the hell am I going to fight if it's one-sided? What will I wear to impress your folks? I'm going to go with you, goddammit. Defendant. I told you I'll let you know in person. Why do you say it that way? Gypsy. I'm me again. I'm sorry, my love. Defendant. Dear, you gave me another scare. Gypsy. Okay, well, good night, hon. I don't know what's wrong with me. Do you know? Defendant. Come on, baby. I know you can bond with me better than that. I love, adore, and worship you, my dear true love. Gypsy. I just did it online. At the same time. I didn't mean it when I called a life with you trash. Defendant. Dear, it's about the sex like I told you before. The sooner I give you a orgasm, the sooner you go back to your lovey-dovey, happy self, hon, heart emoji. But I just said it back to you, sweetie, heart emoji. Please say it back, sweetie, heart emoji. Gypsy. So sex is like a tranquilizer, LOL, laugh out loud.
Yeah, actually, yeah. uh,
Defendant. Baby, someday you'll how important it is in our life, heart emoji. Gypsy. Just forget all I said tonight. Defendant. Why you say that? Gypsy. I never meant any hurtful thing. I'm in self-destruction mode. When I'm like that, ignore me. Defendant. Well, all I could do is hope you come back, honey. Gypsy. I want to be with you. Defendant. I know, dear, you scared me, though. I thought I lost.
right, Jennifer, exactly. It is strange, but that's the point. They don't want to humanize him. They want to dehumanize him, which is why they're considering him the defendant, although he's sitting right there. All right. Um, yes, y'all are on point with this shit. Let's go. And yes.
Lost you. Gypsy. You almost did. I think I'm bipolar. Defendant.
You fucking think? You fucking psycho.
What? Baby, I don't want to lose you, though, and you told me that I couldn't ever lose. Now I worry I will. Gypsy. Well, it's more I would push you away until you walked away. I can't leave, but I can make you leave. Defendant, baby, is that supposed to be comforting? Gypsy, in a way, yes, hun. Defendant, please don't push me away too hard, hun. Gypsy, is there medication for bipolar, hun? Defendant, baby, if I did let you take medication for that, are you thinking it would help? Gypsy, ow, massive migraine, I'm not sure it could be the distance. Because I would have jogged to Wisconsin that night I met Y. You. Defendant, so are you saying it will get better once we're in person? Gypsy, yes, darling, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'll still have...
Gabriella, they are, and let me tell you, not only are they piercing ears still, they're fucking piercing noses with those fucking guns. Guys, if you're taking your kids or even yourself to go get a piercing, go to a fucking shop. Do not use those fucking guns. Like, you're honestly better off pulling a fucking needle and a fucking lemon off than doing that, because that's just blunt force trauma to the ear and it's not good. I have a lot of piercings, if you guys haven't noticed, so yeah.
Mood swings, just not severe ones like tonight. Defendant, baby, please say it because I'm worried still, and it would be nice to be comforted right now. Gypsy, sweetie, please don't be worried. I'm not going anywhere. Well, I'm going with you, but I mean, I'm by your side, hon. The ups and downs will balance out with us being together in person. Defendant, you know what I want to do after tonight's scare, hun? Gypsy, have sex, LOL, laugh out loud, nudges your arm. Defendant.
She does that shit now. She did that on live the other night. She was like, here's Chad, and he like literally elbowed him, and he was like, don't say that. Like, you can tell. And when he goes live, well, he can't right now, but when he goes live, it's funny because you can tell how annoyed he is. Like, when she starts talking, he turns really, really red. And yeah, dude, like, I don't like any of.
Baby, do you remember the tangled post I gave you a while ago? Gypsy, of course, hon. You want to hit me with a frying pan, tongue sticking out emoji? Defendant, I want to do that right, just so I know you aren't going anywhere. Yes, the tangled post, when both tied each other up, I wish I could, just so you would be stuck with me, heart emoji. Gypsy, you are with a little red string, heart emoji, kisses your forehead. Defendant, how, hon? Gypsy, we are tied by our souls and hearts. I might tie you up in a creepy way, LOL, laugh out loud. Defendant, honey, I'm warning you though, you ever give me a scare like that in person, I will tie you up until I'm sure you aren't going anywhere. Because I want to make sure...
Don't threaten me with a good time.
We never part, dear, heart emoji. Gypsy, I won't do it in person. You're all I would have in this life. Hi, sweetie. I got rest and I'm myself again, baby. Tuesday, June 2nd, 2015. Gypsy, I'm 100,000% in, hon. I'm ready truly. Defendant, why do you say that, baby? Gypsy, because I finally allow myself to accept you are my everything. I will go with you and live our dream. Defendant, okay, hon. Gypsy, darling, I am so sorry about last night. I'm completely different. I'm your woman. Defendant, okay, dear. Gypsy, and I will be truly your everything. I know I've been up and down. But darling, in 9 days, I'm yours forever. Defendant, true, honey. True, baby. Gypsy.
9 days. It is June 2nd at 1:50 a.m. Okay.
And yes, I'm going to fight like hell for us, baby. Do you forgive me, darling? Defendant, baby, you have a couple questions to answer online. Gypsy, please read, hon. Defendant, okay, dear. Gypsy, BTW, by the way, I trashed my old show broken laptop. So we can just use one computer together, hon.
Shit's a banger though. You are my everything. I love me some boy bands, dude. I literally like I taught myself how to sing. I taught myself how to play all my instruments and stuff, but I definitely can say that like Boyz II Men, Mariah Carey, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, those are absolutely like up there for people who I learned how to sing from. Anyway. Yeah, me too, dude. Let me put that up. Me fucking too. I want to see the fucking Facebook messages. That's what I want to see. Like, bitch, y'all kind of gypped us with this these text messages, but whatever. Oh yeah? Well, we need to bust in there and get that bitch. Bust the hoe up.
Defendant, here I answered you, and what about all the memories of us on your computer, sweetie? Gypsy, I saved them, but fuck you. You don't get it, do you? Never mind. Defendant, dear, what the heck? Gypsy, I tried being there for you. All you do is make me cry. I give everything for you. Defendant, I was trying to be nice while explaining myself, then you say that. Dear, that was uncalled for. Explaining. Gypsy, I always put my best. And you say 90% bullshit. Defendant, baby, I don't only make you cry, I have given you plenty of happy memories. Gypsy, who puts up with your overbearing ways, your ridiculous political shit? Defendant, dear, I'm not trying to argue with you, so please stop.
Oh,
Gypsy, I was in a romantic mood, now you screwed that to hell. Defendant, well, sorry, I'll leave you alone. All you do is push me away. Gypsy, sadly, 10 minutes ago, all I wanted was to snuggle with you. Defendant, dear, just stop talking to me. You're only going to make things worse. Since apparently now I know I can't open up to you just because of that, you keep bitching. Gypsy, I opened up. I was what you wanted and you pushed me away. Defendant, yeah, you told me to F off. I guess I'll punch you back. Gypsy, why couldn't you have just been loving? I'm sorry, hon. Look, please don't fight. Just try to understand I was saying how much I need you. And you basically call me a faker. Defendant, I didn't push you away. All I did...
I'm getting like that vibe that video of her came from whatever was happening in between like 1:50 in the morning and 2 o'clock, because they were obviously video chatting at this point because something happened and she went off the deep end with her bullshit.
It was explained and you told me off. If that is how you feel, then I guess I can't make you happy anymore. Sorry, I'm a failure to you. Gypsy, can we please talk online? Please, we're going to be living together soon. Shouldn't we at least try and make this work? You are safe from me now. I did the right thing. Defendant, dear, I hope you come back. Gypsy, you are free, sweetie. Heart emoji. You don't have a bitch of a girl now. Defendant, free, yes, free to die, bye my love. Gypsy, daddy, daddy, crying. What do you mean? Question mark. My love? Nicholas, answer me. Defendant, sweetie, if Bella doesn't come back, I don't want anyone else, so I'll end it. My darling daughter, just know that daddy always worshipped you. Gypsy, in what? I don't understand, daddy. Defendant, I'm gone. Bye my everything, I'll miss you all, and time to end it all. Gypsy, wait, daddy, wait. Please end us. You mean you won't be mine anymore? Defendant, what does my daughter want before I go to hell? Gypsy, I want you to stay with me. You said you was coming to get me. Defendant, Bella doesn't want me, so no one will have me but her, so I'll go to hell then, if I can't have her. Gypsy, she does want you. She needs you.
Yeah, trash basket. Exactly, dude. Same fucking. Yo, this might sound kind of fucked up to say, but he probably would have just been better off doing that because he basically did the same thing except it's worse because he has to like live in prison and think and still be alive, but his life is gone.
You have had lots of girlfriends. You're handsome. Defendant, I'm done. Bye, my love. You say you need me, but you broke us off. So I cut myself off. If you don't stop me in time, because without you, I'm nothing. Gypsy, are you threatening to kill yourself? You can't. Defendant, why? Gypsy, because if you do, then I will as well.
Well, fuck! Why didn't you? Shit!
Defendant, then come back before I do it, because you know I always back up my words. Gypsy, please, please don't do it, my love, please, please. I want you, I do, but I'm bad for you. Stay with me, please. Defendant, I'm about to put the blade on my wrist and let it bleed if you don't come back within the next 3 minutes. Gypsy, I'm here, my love, I'm back. Look, I'm going on FB now for Facebook. Defendant, then I'll put the blade away for now. You better get online if you mean what you are saying. Gypsy, huge kiss for the one I missed.
And that's several hours later, right? The one on the left is at 4:09 a.m., the other is at 6:11 p.m.
Yes. Defendant, okay, dear. Heart emoji, kissing face emoji, heart emoji. Sweetie, I hope you are on soon because I'm missing you, heart emoji. Gypsy, darling, I'm missing you too. Just let me take a small nap. Okay, baby, XOXOX. Defendant, okay, sweetie, sweet dreams, my darling, heart emoji. Gypsy, darling, I'm on now, but read a message sent to on our joint account. It's your cousin. He wants to go fishing. Defendant, okay, sweetie, heart emoji. Wednesday, June 3rd. Gypsy, hi, darling, I'm sorry I fell asleep last night without telling you good night. Defendant, it's all right, hon. I've noticed, though, you're on a lot less often than you used to be, dear. Gypsy, I explained, hon. I'm on right now, baby. Defendant, okay, sweetie. Thursday, June 4th, 2015. Gypsy, sending hugs and kisses. Defendant, thanks, sweetie. Sweetie. Gypsy, good afternoon, darling. Defendant, good afternoon, sweetie. Gypsy, oh my God, I had so many sex dreams of you last night. Defendant, of all different kinds.
I want to see those messages between Nick and his sister.
Dear Gypsy, yes, darling. Defendant, okay, sweetie. Gypsy, warning, I'm in a very sexual mood. Defendant, honey, you could be in a top-notch sexual mood throughout our life together and it wouldn't bother me, heart emoji. Gypsy, good, darling. You're
All right, we will see you later. Thank you so much for joining us. So I was looking at the crime scene pictures too, and I'm like, who the fuck took these fucking pictures? These pictures fucking suck. Like, what? Like, bro, for someone that works with cameras and loves some videography and some photography and shit, I feel offended, not by what was being taken, the pictures were being taken of. I feel offended about the way that the pictures were taken. Good luck in the storm. I hope your power stays on. Have a good day.
going to need the energy. Defendant, why do you say that, baby? Gypsy, you pick it, hun. You pick it, hun. Gypsy, message for you. Defendant, babe, I'm already on, heart emoji. I had to restart my computer, dear. Gypsy, okay, darling. Friday, June 5th, 2015. Gypsy, darling, what color restraints do you want, black or pink? Defendant, dear, we're collecting them, but get black, sweetie, heart emoji. Gypsy, okay, darling. Saturday, June 6th, 2015. Gypsy, honey, I was wondering, say I wanted to have sex with a guy before leaving town, could I? It's just curious question, LOL, laugh out loud. Okay, so I know you're territorial, but I'm being tempted sexually. Darling, can we talk online, please? I'm guessing you're napping. I thought you wasn't getting my text, hon. Defendant, I didn't hear them though, dear, since my phone was on vibrate. Gypsy, he agreed to meet up. We are going to get coffee at this cupcake place Thursday, so that will close that. It's a public place, so all good, hon. Defendant, dear, still, I'm told I'll be around in the area of it to make sure he don't do anything, and you have to accept that. Gypsy, okay, darling. Gypsy, what time does our bus leave Thursday, hon?
Just keep track of what she said earlier. Okay. Earlier when she was testifying, well, actually, I guess it could have. I can't get my words together. There's so much lying that she just did prior to this. Like, what the fuck?
Defendant, 6:13 p.m. dear. Or I may be off a few minutes, darling. Gypsy, okay, hon. I found the flogger. Defendant, that's good news. Gypsy, I miss you, hon, so much. Heart emoji, my heart is racing. I miss you, hon, so much. Heart emoji, my heart is racing.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at, guys. So the one she said that there was no room on, she couldn't get a ticket, so they had to get another ticket. And then there's the footage of them at the bus station. What the fuck?
Defendant, why is your heart racing? Gypsy, because I can't wait to see you. Defendant, then we feel neutral, dear, heart emoji. Gypsy, darling, you have an important message. Defendant, okay, baby. Sunday, June 7th, 2015. Gypsy, darling, I was caught on my phone but made my mom think I was during her phone. So I have to lay low until Wednesday. Defendant, okay dear, just try to text me when you can. Gypsy, okay baby. We can talk on Skype, hon. Please. Defendant, okay baby.
All right, we are getting in. We are getting there. Yeah, Gabriella. Sorry, I keep calling you that. I don't want to tell you why I keep accidentally calling you Gabrielle, but there's no reason actually. We're getting close. What the fuck was I gonna say? Fuck. I was gonna say. I guess I wasn't gonna say anything because it slipped my motherfucking mind.
Monday, June 8th, 2015. Defendant, sweetheart, just wanted to say that I'm missing you and also that I love, adore, and worship you, my everything. Gypsy,
Olives, exactly. Like, this is literally what the fuck we're sitting here talking about. No, your name is not Gabrielle, so I won't call you Gabrielle, but I could do Gabby. I could do that. Oh, here we go again. Name dropping. Here we go again. Look, me and Charlie keep getting caught out. So there comes with the bugs again. Definitely, cool. Ooh. Cool, guys. Awesome. Thank Chrissy. Thank you so much. I got it. All right, bro. Yeah. Fucking bugs again.
hi darling, I'm so sorry I didn't say goodnight. I was made to sleep on the front porch with bugs. I peed in the bushes. It's been rough.
Yeah, I feed in the bushes, bro. Like, damn, she couldn't even throw this guy a bottle. He had to mark up the bushes, man. Damn, she did him dirty. He could have peed in the shed. I don't know.
Darling, I'm not even sure of the password, but if it's not one angel heart, it would be my name, Gypsy Rose, or one Gypsy Rose. The good thing is if you forgot it, at least have your confirmation number down in the card it was purchased with. They can look it up. Defendant, okay baby, I was hoping you would have said our sacred words, but thanks for your help, hon. Gypsy, YW, my love, or in love, YW is normally you're welcome.
She did have a fucking shed with the bed. He was like, not in a box and not with a fox.
Gypsy, and I will text you, hon. Defendant, okay dear. Gypsy, I love, adore, and worship you, my everything. Defendant, I love, adore, and worship you too, my everything times infinity, heart emoji. Gypsy, aw, heart emoji. Defendant, baby, I called the cab company and everything is going well, heart emoji. Gypsy, okay sweetie, good. Smiley face emoji. I just ate, feel a lot better now, smiley face emoji. Defendant, okay honey.
Charlie, are you referring to when she was talking about her, like that weird text about her mom or something? Honestly, it kind of sounded like she needed an excuse to not talk to him as frequently. Yeah.
Heart emoji.
You mean good, honey?
Sorry, good honey, heart emoji. Gypsy, I can't believe you was able to go. Your mom is okay with it? Defendant, dear, it doesn't matter if she is okay with it or not. I'm my own man, honey, heart emoji. Gypsy, I know, sweetie, if she knows you are escorting me back with you, it should be fine, hon. Defendant, she'll know within time, honey, heart emoji. Gypsy, okay, darling, you have lots of guts, heart emoji. Defendant, I told you already, dear, nothing is keeping us from being together, and I meant it when I said that, heart emoji. Gypsy, so do I, heart emoji. Okay, sweetie, text me soon to give me an update. Heart emoji, kiss, heart emoji. Defendant, Will do, my love. Heart emoji. Kissing.
Gabby, yes, dude. That fucking shed is fucking weird. That's a creepy shed, dude.
Face emoji. Heart emoji. Dear, my stepdad is taking me to the bus station instead. Heart emoji. Gypsy. Okay, sweetie. Heart emoji. Defendant. Dear, look at your email. I need to know the reference number. Gypsy. 569-28685. Defendant. Thanks, sweetheart. Heart emoji. Gypsy. I got yo back on YW or you're welcome. Defendant. I got your back too. Heart emoji. Update. I'm at the bus station waiting for my time to get on the bus. Gypsy. Is it all good? You got the...
This fucking grammar is killing me too. I don't,
tickets, hon? Defendant. Dear, please go with the story I told my mom and stepdad. Yes, dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy. Please let me know what story. Defendant. I'll tell you in person, dear, because I'll be able to explain it better than. Heart emoji. Gypsy. Okay, darling. Heart emoji. I'm not saying a word on Facebook to anyone. Defendant. That's good, darling. Heart emoji. Gypsy. Making up a song on the road to destiny. La la la. Defendant. Interesting, dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy. I have been on a bus from Hyannisport to Boston. I enjoyed it. Defendant. Interesting, hon. Gypsy. Is Big Bend and safe place to live, hon? Defendant. Darling, you almost never hear of crime in Big Bend. Gypsy. That's wonderful. Defendant. Yes, baby. Heart emoji. Gypsy. You might think I'm spoiled by how my room looks, a closet full of name brand clothes. Defendant. I already know you're spoiled, hon. Heart emoji. Gypsy. LOL. Laugh out loud. Defendant. I knew that would make you laugh, dear. Heart emoji. Gypsy. My heart is like boom, boom, boom. I don't think it knows how to be calm when you're going to be with me.
boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Defendant. LOL. Laugh out loud. That's a good thing, dear. Heart emoji.
420.
Gypsy. Darling, I'm going to go to the ER, get my tube changed. I'll be off my phone for a few hours. Defendant. Okay, hon, be safe. Heart emoji. Gypsy. You too, sweetheart. Defendant. All right, darling. Heart emoji. Defendant. Update. Dear, I'm on bus to Chicago. Update. Darling, I'm on my way to St. Louis.
About 4 hours later.
Yes. Update. Dear, I'm at the bus station of Champaign, Illinois. Hope to be in St. Louis soon. Gypsy. Darling, I'm home. Defendant. That's good, dear. Heart emoji. I'm glad you made it. Gypsy. It was a 6-hour wait in the ER. Defendant. Wow. Gypsy. At least it's done, so...
Yo, like, I'm not even gonna hate on the Skechers because I know that Snoop was pushing them. Alright, but once again, Snoop is one of those household faces and names that is trying to, he's doing a little marketing, but you don't actually see him wearing it, so you ain't wrong on that. I'm surprised she don't got the little light up joints, and she's like, well, she doesn't have a mom. She's like, watch me run. I bet you she tries on her shoes and fucking jets down that fucking aisle.
So we're good for a year. It can be done even by me, but I won't unless I have to. I missed you, baby. Defendant. I missed you too, sweetheart. Heart emoji. Honey, sorry I didn't answer right away. I didn't feel it vibrate, dear. Heart emoji. Dear, I guess you are either busy or not online anymore. I guess you aren't able to keep me company.
Yo, the wheelie shoes is tight though. Don't be hating on those motherfuckers, man.
Right now. I hope You are back
Heelys.
soon because I'm already missing you, hon. Gypsy, hi sweetie, I'm here, heart emoji. I just ate and took a bath, hon. Are you listening to your iPod, hon? Defendant, yay, I'm glad you are, heart emoji. Gypsy, LOL, or laugh out loud. Defendant, okay. No baby, just waiting for text from you and paying attention to my surroundings, heart emoji. Gypsy, okay, sweetheart. Well, I was able to make peace with mom. Defendant, I knew you would. I believed in you that you could do it the full time, dear, heart emoji. Gypsy, I feel better, heart emoji. I just can't believe your life in Missouri, and it's so overwhelming in a good way. Defendant, I hope in a good way, hon, heart emoji. Gypsy, yes, darling, in a great way, hon. I feel so excited. Defendant, I'm glad we feel mutually about the situation, darling. Heart emoji, smiley face emoji, heart emoji. Gypsy, tomorrow is the last night we sleep alone. Defendant, true, baby. However, I'm going to pay for nights separately, heart emoji. Gypsy, okay, hon. Defendant, so the night you come to the hotel is another separate night from tomorrow, dear, heart emoji. Darling, as you know, I'm trying to save as much money as I can, heart emoji. Gypsy, I know, baby, and you don't need to pay for me to sleep with you at the hotel. I will sneak with you. Defendant, I know, dear, that's what I plan on doing, heart emoji. Gypsy, good, hon. Defendant, dear, don't deny it. You even knew that was what I was planning on doing, heart emoji. Gypsy, well, yeah, I'm your gal. Bring me back to your hotel, wink, wink. Defendant, with pleasure, my dear, heart emoji, winking face emoji, heart emoji. Guess you are busy, hon. I guess you aren't able to keep me company right now again. I hope you're back soon because I'm already missing you again, hon. Gypsy, bites, lip, squeaks. I'm back, hon. Defendant, LOL, laugh out loud. Nice way to come back, sweetie, heart emoji. Tuesday, June 9th.
Here we go.
That should be 2015.
How about a break? I think they're ready. All right. Court again reminds you what you were told at the first recess of the court. Until you retire to consider your verdict, you must not discuss this case among yourselves or with others, or permit anyone to discuss it in your hearing. You should not form or express any opinion about the case until it is finally given to you to decide. Do not do any research or investigation on your own about any matter regarding this case or anyone involved with the trial. Do not communicate with others about the case by any means. Do not read, view, or listen to any newspaper, radio, electronic communication from the internet, or television report of the trial. Okay? So,
Alright guys, we made it through all of that. Yes, hit the bell for sure. Ding ding ding. We need that. Yeah. Fucking alright guys, I definitely I gotta get out of this chair. I've been standing up a couple times, but you guys are awesome. I there's a lot more to cover for this. If you guys have any suggestions, what you guys want to talk about next time, I definitely want to have I was gonna have an open panel earlier, but then we got into this instead. So yeah. All right. So let's see here. I don't want to do any of that bullshit. I don't want to do any of that because why not? And you already know. Actually, I don't want to listen to that song. Actually, yes, I do. I haven't heard it in a minute. Alright, guys. Well, everything has been awesome. You guys are amazing. See, this is the problem right here. Why? Bro. What's really going on? Dude, that fucking picture had me geeking out. Dude, why is it doing that to me? Alright, hold on. That's so dumb. Well, whatever. Yeah, you guys are, even if I'm gonna have nightmares. Yeah, dude, I have nightmares too. Yeah, I actually agree, Jesse. We definitely will do that, cause, and then anybody else who hasn't, there are, yeah, subscribe, please do. Please do. Yeah, so basically, what's gonna end up happening is we'll do an open panel. We'll talk about that. If you guys didn't see the first part, it's because I was on like super late last night for whatever stupid reason. And also, you guys are awesome. Do not forget to like, do not forget to follow, share, subscribe, do all the things. And you guys are checking out my algorithm right now because I'm still sharing my screen. Yeah, politics and Gypsy and crimes. And yeah, Britney Spears. Dude, I love her. I love some BJ. Investigates. All right, guys. Well, you guys are amazing. I appreciate everybody being here. I was gonna end it on a song. Actually, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I already have it up, because I'm cool like that. And we will do this one last thing. Guys, make sure that you all subscribe if you haven't, because I know that there's a shit ton of you guys that watch these videos and are not subscribed. Let's grow. We need to grow. We need to get more of us on here. We need to do all the things. So we'll share the entire screen. We'll do the sound from that. You guys are amazing. Have a good day. You guys have been amazing. I am What the Bug. I will see you next time. Have a great day, or a great afternoon, or a great evening, or I don't know what you're doing.